integrated graphics are way better than they were 10 years ago, but they are.
Still dog shit.
Yeah, the problem is graphics cards have also taken a bunch of leaps and bounds
Huge.
too. So
All right, guys,
For
one second
sure.
here. Hey, everybody, how's it going? It's Tyson here with Enhancement Farms, and we got a bit of a slow stream today, so we're just gonna be choring until it's ready to mow. Until we're ready to mow grass for the next haying season. So let's get started here. We're just talking about computers in the background here. Hey, Pleasant View Farms, how's it going, man? Hopefully you can hop on here and talk sometime. Hey, International Harvester 3588, how's it going, man?
I'm like the master of running bare minimum. That's kind of my thing. I've always done it ever since 13.
So
the
you're the
other
guy
thing
that
about it,
you're that guy that runs 35s no lift.
Who, me?
Yeah, because you
Oh,
said you're on the
I
bare
still
minimum.
got stock. I got stock tires in my truck that have no trim no tread because bare minimum tread.
That's the spirit.
the other thing about integrated graphics is there are some games, such as like Fortnite, that have designed themselves to use integrated graphics cards better.
I don't know that
Right.
I would even call that a game.
Hey, Adric,
I just made it
this is a
very quiet
single-player
here.
game. Hey, Logan, how's it going, man? Yeah, I definitely wouldn't call Fortnite a game.
I
I'm
call it a
not,
fad.
but there's like League of Legends, and there's a bunch of free-to-play games like that that are doing exactly that.
Oh, I get what you're saying. It's very easy for them to do that because the game looks like absolute trash, especially League.
I mean, my
It used to
Windows
look
puts
so
a solid
good.
there. That doesn't make that. That's a great benchmark to hold it to.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just glad that they actually got around to trying to optimize things now.
How do you pronounce your name, man?
I'm not even going to try to pronounce that.
Yeah, Fortnite is. I don't know. Or sorry, League. League is like 2D, isn't it?
Well, I have no idea.
Some guy tried to get me to play it once, and I spent about 10 minutes wishing I hadn't agreed to it.
So, yep, nope.
Not my kind of game.
I would tell anyone not to play League, because the thing is League itself isn't necessarily a terrible game anymore, but the community on League is so bad it's not worth it.
Well, that's
Adric?
not
Is that
far
how you
from
say it?
par here sometimes.
Let's just put it this way: the League of Legends community makes the farm sim community and posts that they make on Facebook look like angels.
Didn't think that was
Even the
possible.
ones, even the ones that are sometimes said by UK modders,
Oh my.
they still look like angels.
The UK voters. Half the community knows exactly what you're referring to, the other half is scratching their heads.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say it, but
I have a vague idea of the recent event that you're probably referring back to.
Yeah, I think a lot of people know.
I don't know the full extent of it, but I've heard a little bit here and there. So,
I mean, I may have lit the fire that got them going on it.
oh, way to be, just single-handedly tearing apart the community once again.
Oh, you know.
You're salty today. First the tractor, now this. Buy the wrong type of butter at the store or something.
Maybe. What was it? So I took said guy's telehandler. Oh, I took this guy's telehandler, this one here, out of a package of European stuff that no one was ever going to use, and this one here to a package of Polish stuff nobody was ever going to use. And I put them in a pack and released it, and that's what got them going. Yeah, they were displeased. They just and the original thing was I told Western Iowa that he should make a case Maxim 5000 series out of the European spec one. That's what got him going in the first place. Like,
Oh, the one that was in that what was it? Something Classics, Modern Classics, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, that one.
That's a sweet old tractor.
It is, but then I realized the other day that they come in 2 frame sizes. There's a Cummins 4BT
Yeah.
version and a Cummins 6BT version. And
Yep, a 4 and a 6.
yeah, and they are physically different. And we just
It's been that way in the Maxims for years, though.
Oh, I didn't know that.
For a long time they've run the 4 and the 6 in them.
Logan, I'm trying to remember what you said. You had a 140. Is it a John Deere 140 or is it that little case thing? I can't remember now.
Maxim 140?
I hope it's not a Maxim 140. He rolled it.
Oh. Well, there's like a Farmall 140, and then there's a Maxim 140, and
Like Farmall 140 is in the modern farm, like because that gets confusing.
No, I'm thinking like old little one.
yeah,
I think
that's what I was thinking.
I think I googled it last time.
Or there's a John Deere 140, which is like a garden tractor.
I owned one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I owned one.
I got a 112.
My dad just bought a 112. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did Google this last time. This is the successor to the Cub.
Yeah, the newer Cub.
Yep.
Yeah, Case kept that Farmall name. They basically use it for all their like 23 horsepower to I think like 60 horse you can get in a
It goes to
Farmall
75.
series. Yeah, something up in there. I can't really remember too much.
I bet it only goes to 74.
Yeah, probably to avoid the death.
Yeah, 100% chance. They're
Is that how
avoiding
that
death on-
works?
Yeah, anything below 74 don't need def.
Huh.
All the skid steer, like if you go in the skid steer,
Kubota does that with a lot too.
almost every skid steer, even in real life, they're all 74 horsepower.
Yeah, I've seen a few things that have been rated at 74.9.
Just like a 9.9
Sweet.
outboard.
It's like, you cheeky buggers, you.
I know what you're doing.
Yeah,
Well, if
it
the
is
government's
the
going to say
overall thermal.
75 is the cutoff, may as well leave it at 74.
Yeah, exactly. And if the owner turns to screw a little bit, we didn't see it.
Hold on here. Oh, they go to 140 horsepower. I'm kind of excited for FS22. Kind of not really looking forward to converting everything, but hopefully by then I can convince Cataranch to actually do something helpful. Oh, he's
I
not-
like the crop textures, except for the corn. All the crop textures I thought were really nice, except for the corn. The corn looks stupid.
The corn looks the same, doesn't it?
Well, I've never seen corn spaced out that far, first off, and B, it still looks 2D.
It always will be 2D the way the crops work. Every
Yeah.
crop is just gonna ruin this game for a lot of people right now.
There's no such thing as a row crop.
Nope, it's a grid crop.
Yep. So if you
Even
look,
even grid wise, it's just
It is all 2D, yeah.
yeah, it's four 2D planes, and it's just a
Yeah.
texture slapped over it, and,
Yep.
but it works. That was the secret nobody else could figure out when they were trying to make farming games in the early 2000s.
Yeah. I think that's been around since they started, isn't it?
Black Widow, this map's been out since January. Yeah, it has been that way since they started, but the crops have definitely got a lot more dense.
I think that, like, even though they're 2D, I think they've kind of tried to like maximize the resolution on them or something.
Oh, definitely. The resolution goes way off every time.
But the corn still looks terrible. It always has looked pretty low and crap.
custom texture corn that we made in FS17. I think looks the best out of any corn texture that we've ever had.
Whose? NEFGs? Or
Might
what'd
be
you
in
say?
FGs. It's the whoever did it in 17. There's one of the 17 ones looks really good.
Somebody missed a memo on the map there, Tyson.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The Mercer. Wait, did I didn't title. Yeah, this is Mercer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My edit of Mercer came out on January 28th, I believe, of this year. It's if you go to my mod network link in the description of here, it should take you right to my page. Download the latest version of it and all the supporting mods. Make sure you follow the instructions and you're good to go, man. Hey Adam, how's it going, man? Hey Adric, that's pretty badass. Is it a narrow front or a Or a wide front, gas, diesel? What are the details, man?
If you're ever looking for a starter tractor to work on, those old Cubs and the 140s, best starter machine you could ever find to own and work on. They are so simple.
I almost one of those style tractors went at an auction. I think it was a Farmall A. It was
Yeah.
painted yellow and it didn't have a PTO or anything, or a 3.8.
I
It was
s-
literally just a drawbar, and it went for like $1,200.
I seen someone paint a Farmall Cub in John Deere green with yellow rims, and I just about had an aneurysm. And I'm now thinking of it. Oh god.
You would want green paint on their equipment.
It reminded me of some 12-year-old just learning how to mod and making everything John Deere green. It was bad.
Oh man,
It was so bad.
man, I don't think Stevie's FS mods is 12 years old, dude. I think he's a lot older than that.
I was thinking about that.
Oh man, I know he's not watching my streams.
I'm gonna clip that and link it just because you said that.
I don't care. I think the guy left the community a long time ago. I don't know. Like when I got back into the community back in 17, Reddit was the community I found that led me to the Facebook community. Because I couldn't figure out what happened, because like FSUK was a bit of a dump then.
Yeah.
So I couldn't figure out where everybody had gone, and then the Reddit community pointed me over to Facebook. But the Reddit community just foams at the mouth for Stevie's mods.
Ugh.
Alright, what am I doing here? I'm trying to focus.
You can only
I
add
too-
color configs to so many in-game vehicles.
No.
For-
He also has some weird camera angles.
Me.
You gotta forget you can't forget that you got like 15 cameras too.
Yeah. And 8 of which were completely irrelevant.
And then you got to remember that everything works at 90 miles an hour.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
forgot about
And
that.
cuts at 400 feet wide.
Grain tanks
hold
hold a
a million
minimum of a
liters.
million bushels.
Tell you
I
what, you
understand,
can almost
like,
get an entire harvest in one go then.
I think the entire community can agree that there's two sides to this community. It isn't North American and European. It's the people who play
Yeah.
with Stevie's mods and the people who don't.
Pretty much.
So, okay, Logan, I'm confused. Do you guys have a Case Farmall 140 and you guys have a Farmall 140? I'm still a little... I guess if you're waiting for a new muffler and everything, you're talking about the small one. Yeah, Jackson, there's been 8 updates, but at least I remember to update my maps. I know a lot of people throw their stuff out in the community and it's just like, alright, it's done. Regardless if it's done or not.
And there's a bunch of issues, and it's like, go pound sand.
But that's what I got from the Arma community. I mean, look at Arma mods are just constantly being updated. And I love that. I don't understand why this community is this whole thing, oh, it's released, and never touching this again. I never understood that.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Glad to see you have the world's slowest filling fuel tank ever, too. So,
What?
gravity fed.
Oh, yeah, I even have a mod on that simulates that if you'd ever watched me fill something up.
Oh, Lord.
Perfect. What do you mean?
Why? Oh, right, I
That
couldn't afford to
sounds
put the water in. That's
so
why.
painful.
Remember last year I couldn't afford to put water in the milk replacer barrel?
That is a whole new low.
You might as well just start using your milk.
Yeah, you're right, actually. I didn't think of that.
Well, no, he needs that to be slightly less in debt.
Oh, I should go sell the milk. I'm trying to... Guys, it's more of a chatting stream than a farming stream, but... Adric, is it a diesel, man? Or is it a gas?
What, in the old Farmalls? I don't think they were ever a diesel in those little ones.
No, we're talking, his grandpa's got a 4020.
Oh,
And,
I missed something somewhere.
Adam, what are you guys working ground with? You guys cultivating, or what are you doing? Whatever happened to that tractor man 6430 guy? I was talking to him about tomato farming. Well, that's a really bad day for milk production.
No excuse today?
No excuse.
That's
Mason.
a first.
I know, right?
I have a very important question for you. When are you going to make short season soybeans? Thank you.
They're in here.
In the
Oh, you
realistic
want?
seeder edit?
Oh, right. Yeah, I gotta do that.
That was such a formal question.
And I want his updated realistic seeder that has like silage corn and stuff.
I literally see one thing that's holding me back. And I don't think most people are gonna care, but the silage corn and the short season soybeans literally just use the same texture on the bag. So you best check what's in them before you fill it.
That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
What do you mean? I'll show you in the store here.
Why would it have the same texture though?
Because I'm lazy.
One says corn
I was
on
gonna
it.
say those textures don't make sense.
So here's your silage corn seed. It literally just says maize on it. And right beside
I wonder
it
how
is your...
easy that would
We
be to
have
change.
multiples.
It's really easy to change. You just have to duplicate all of your
Maize
material
just put
handlers.
silage on it.
Oh yeah, I could do that. I was thinking of just changing the color to be green. Just so that
Oh yeah.
because that's
that
easier
too.
than trying to figure out what font he used. And
Me
then again,
neither,
for the
it doesn't
short
really
season
matter.
soybeans, I do them green. Just problem
It's
solved.
weird seeing Pioneer bags that say maize.
Yeah, it is.
It's definitely weird.
Pioneer even work over in Europe at all?
I don't think they do.
Don't know, but they gave Giants the rights to use the name, so
Yeah, they did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and Corvetta.
Yeah,
Or Corvia, or however people
Corteva.
pronounce it. I call it Corvetta.
Is it not Corteva?
I have no idea. I just call it
It's
Corvetta.
corn. I got it.
I thought Pioneer
Yeah,
owns Corteva.
They do.
Mir owns Halo. Got it.
Give it 100 years, bet you Deere owns everything.
What do you mean? No.
They're just waiting for their opportunity to buy the entire CNH company.
I don't know. Fiat's very big. That's
Yeah, not to mention the antitrust laws would definitely be asking some questions then.
yeah. Okay, so you guys bought every single tractor company to the point that there's 3 left, and now you want to buy the last 2 remaining?
Well, you
Do you
forgot
know
all
what
about Aggo.
That's why I said there's 2 remaining. There's Case IH. If
Yeah,
John
I guess
Deere was
Case
at
New
your
Holland,
house,
then Aggo.
yeah, they would buy Case and then
Yeah.
they buy Agco and they own everything.
Yeah. I don't think they would be allowed to do that though.
That's what I mean by antitrust. It's illegal to do something like that.
Yeah. Well, they also said that about the Union Gas Enbridge thing in Ontario, and look where that ended us.
Yeah.
Union Gas and Enbridge, the only competitors, they shouldn't be allowed to buy each other out. What happens? They buy each other out. Makes sense.
Makes sense to me. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's what they did in the States. I mean, Sprint bought out T-Mobile, which means that there's now like Verizon and T-Mobile bought out Sprint. So now there's literally just T-Mobile and Verizon for big cellular companies.
Yeah.
Rogers is
Well,
trying to buy
speaking
Shaw.
of cellular, Rogers took a dump there earlier this week. Oh my god.
Dude, you
Wake
know...
up trying to make calls and messages, nothing's working, about ready to throw the phone into the next county.
Don't talk crap on Rogers. They own the entire Canada cellular.
Oh no, I'm not talking crap on him. It was just one of those things. It's like, you gotta be kidding me.
For a software update.
Yeah. Hey, Rogers is the only company I've ever been able to stand on top of a mountain, looking over a lake, and look at the weather through my phone. I've gone some ridiculous places, and Rogers has still worked.
I'm with Fido, but it's literally the same towers.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh right, yeah. I have never scrambled so fast to try and find somebody at work with the Wi-Fi password, because I literally didn't care for so long because I use data.
Yeah.
I probably should admit that on the stream, but I know nobody from work's watching, right?
This is HR.
Whatever.
Well, I'm gonna need you to come into my office.
Well, there's only so many powder metal plants that make transmissions. Shouldn't be hard to figure this one out.
Yeah, I shouldn't have admitted. Yeah, I didn't even think that.
That's a big business. Lots of competition in that one.
Oh, in Ontario there actually is. Sorry, there was until our only competitor went out of business.
Exactly.
But it was like, two massive plants, literally making the exact same thing, competing.
Yeah, and
You know
that
what?
usually never ends well.
You know what's really confusing? So I live by a BNSF train terminal, which is one of the largest train. Like, there's like 4 or 5 large ones in America and North America in general. Like, so, and then going by the tracks, all of a sudden there's a train that's just full of trucks, like maybe Ford F-150s. Couldn't exactly tell because they're inside the cars or whatever. And then I see one that's like a Mexico company, a Canadian company. Then I see like another train company, all being ran by a BNSF engine to wherever they were going.
That's pretty normal, though.
Yeah,
It's semi-normal, but it's not super common to be.
Oh, if I'm stuck in the
Maybe with cars, but um, like in general, BNSF tries to only run BNSF trains or carts.
if
Whatever
I
they're
get
called.
stuck at the tracks here in town, which is pretty much every hour because they run a train every hour,
that
it's
sounds like
just a
Ingersoll.
It's a hodgepodge of everything. I've seen and like what are the Ferrero Mechs or whatever they are.
Yep.
I've seen one of those go through.
That's a rental company, isn't it?
No, that's like I think they're from like
They're
what
from-
is it, Mexico or something
Yeah.
like that, New Mexico or something. Yeah,
But in
Yeah.
railroading, there's a lot of rental stuff.
yeah.
I think I
See
want
one
to
of
say.
them go through. I was like, somebody made a wrong turn somewhere because you ain't Mexico anymore, buddy.
We wanted an overpass in Ingersoll, Jackson. When I lived there, that was the worst because that's the main line, like double track main line. You're stuck to the point
You
to the point that the ambulance will literally, even if it's on the other side of the tracks, if an ambulance is coming, they'll literally drive around to go to over the overpass just so they don't have to wait.
have you ever been through Watford?
No, I haven't.
They have an overpass over the rail line that is so stupidly steep. It's ridiculous.
Why would
Like
you tell me this after I saw my CJ?
well, there's people who have gotten lowboy trucks and stuff stuck on this overpass.
I thought you were talking about.
It looks like a humpback bridge. It's ridiculous. It's insane, and it's right in town. I've never seen anything like it.
I thought you were
We
talking
had a
like
wood one like
steep
that.
and long, like
No, steep and short.
oh, I thought you were talking about Highway 6 going into Hamilton, that massive hill right before it turns into where you can turn right, go to
Yes.
Flamborough.
Yes.
Yeah, I drove my CJ all up and down that just at like the dumbest hour of the morning, just screaming. Those were the days, man. Try that now though. The MTO is probably just sitting there waiting for you. Province is too broke to put up with people having fun. Okay, why is
My town technically has an overpass around the train, but most of the time it's quicker not to go that way.
Oh, I guess Jesse's phone died.
We have triple tracks, maybe even quad. Remember?
Quad. At one crossing? It's an
Well,
overpass.
because we split into, because we have a terminal there too. So there's like the 2 main, and I think there's a third one that goes into the terminal. Maybe even 2 that go into the terminal. If that makes sense.
That makes sense. I guess if you had a terminal, you're gonna have a lot of tracks going every which way.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic here. Train-wise.
Logan, it doesn't matter if you have unlimited data if the entire network's down across the country. That's what we were talking about. How I was scrambling to finally get the Wi-Fi password out of somebody. When I found out the password, I'm thinking, wow, that's secure. It was not secure.
Spoiler: the password was company name 123.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Thanks.
Well, time to have our evening drink. Oh crap, not tired. How about now? I thought I'd have more stuff to do, but I guess because I leased so many fields and got ahead of everything last season. Okay, why can't I need to...
Time for your favorite drink.
Yep.
It's called a lot.
It's not working.
You gotta move away from the trigger, then move back.
Yeah. Just pass out on the gravel for the night. There we go. Let's just sleep in. You know what? It's a lazy day. Oh, you can't even. It goes to this camera. Aw. Normally you look at the sky and it's hilarious, like you're passed out. Is
What
that
truck
dumb?
is that?
The truck? That's the
Yeah.
Expendables 79 single cab. Where'd it go?
Ooh.
I love it. I like the step side one more, but it's got the dynamic suspension on it, and that lags like hell. I'll show you guys if anyone's looking for it. It is an Expendables. Somebody actually found it. It's in the pin post. It was part of a big release, so it's like multiple releases, so it might not be the first image you see. But that's what it normally looks like. I made it single rear wheel. I like the step side better. That thing's a fine looking truck. Wait, no, not yet. There we go.
And there was a service body one released too. That's what I run.
Oh, I didn't know there was a service body one. CS,
Yeah.
it's not my 4440 to release. It's 7.0 Farms. And right now he's not feeling very motivated to do anything, so I don't know what.
Message his page a couple times. He'll give it to you.
Really?
No. It's
Oh.
piss him off.
Well, I mean,
All right, I'm gonna message the Smebby guy for all of his mods.
I believe that Smebby guy owes me a pair of Dairy Burns for shooting Ghost in the Hunter. But I'm waiting for them to be normal map because I'm a bagger.
Exactly. You better offer better corn texturing or ground texturing in the next game.
I think they're going to a larger file size for it because if you look, they randomized the.
Yeah, I did see that.
I don't think that it's dynamic. I think it's just randomized. It does look like
Yeah.
either they're laying normal map over normal map for tire texture or for like the ground deformation, or we actually might have some level of ground deformation. But I think they're just
It's just
layering two
normal
normal maps over each other.
Yeah.
Because right now there's just one style, isn't there?
I wish you could do it like a certain crop when you cultivate it, it gives a certain texture, and I think it looked like that's what they were doing.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
it did.
Actually,
And I
mine
like how
Or maybe it all looks like wheat, and that's why they kept using wheat.
I like how dense the stubble is, though. That looks, and how you can actually tell
Yeah,
where the
looks really good.
I did specifically like that the corn chopper looked like it actually chopped that corn. So maybe there's a custom texture if you actually use a chopper rather than using a combine.
everything's there for them to do it already. It's just them on their end to do it at the engine level because the headers are separated the way they work.
Yep.
How's the distance blending on the? Is it like still the stupid circle of no texture?
Problem.
Did they do away with that?
Did you
If
see
they
they're
had
adding
blended out more.
what is that called? Some kind of occlusion where if you can't see it, it's not rendered. So if as I stare at this,
Now-
there was it.
That is fucking amazing, because that will help the game so much.
You know the sad part is they would never have done this just for PC. They literally did it so they get this game on last gen console. That's their secret to raising the slot count. That's how they're gonna get away. That's how they're gonna get away with it.
I could care less. That is awesome. That's
It
gonna
is
help the
awesome.
game some.
The DirectX 12, obviously. That same thing is gonna stop. So if I shine this light here, if we were in a multiplayer game, you can see it on the other side, right? So that's gonna fix that too.
Yeah, DirectX 12 is going to be the upgrade.
Dude, I'm pretty happy about this new game. I think it'll be nice.
you know, it's farm sim, so you're probably gonna want to wait a little bit for your favorite mod after you play it for a week, and you go back to the old one because it's got all the mods that you want.
We
But
are the ones making your favorite mod.
Fuck, I'm a converter. My job.
Yeah, we're going. I'm gonna be like, I hope maybe I could like teach people how to convert stuff so more stuff can get done faster.
yeah, just teach cattle.
Yeah, just teach.
Now, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, just start make. I'd probably start live streaming me just trying to convert stuff, just so people can look back on it and try and figure out where they're going wrong. Because in the end, that'll help the community long term if stuff can get converted faster, so other people can work on new stuff. Oh my god!
Now,
All right, I gotta give a cat an eviction notice off my desk here. 1 second, guys. Let me
The
back this up.
ultimate super gamble would be to build a 16x map towards the end of Farm Sim, just to convert it to a new game.
A big gamble.
You'd almost wonder
That
if
would
a
be a
guy
big
who was planning on doing an Ontario map would start that now or wait.
Tell
That
him
guy
to
would probably
wait.
wait if I were him.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea. I mean, it sucks because the map I wanted to use as a base is already done.
Tell him
That's
he's
also
SOL.
making the assumption that the Ontario guy is actually gonna do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm hoping that he releases his other map, you know, before the other game comes out.
It's going. I want to say that it's going well, but I'd be lying. You were there this morning at 7 a.m. Eastern time as I was sitting there realizing that the thing that was completely screwing me up was something I had messed up myself, and why we're not streaming me working on Autumn Oaks at the moment, because I'm just too burnt out to even stare at that map for the next couple hours.
Happens.
You know how it goes. But at least I got it fixed, and we can move forward from there. I also want to, I think during the week, even if no one's watching, I'm going to stream me working on the 60/20 series. Just so...
I'm really excited for that one.
Oh, I can't fill this thing up with milk replacer. It's a fucking cattle trailer.
Shut up. Don't yell at me, but I'm using a New Holland chopper with the Case 10 row chopper head
Hey, Adam.
for the class.
Technically, I wouldn't have to finish it. What I would need... It's going to be complicated, because all my maps rely on Maze Plus. So right off the bat, when the new game comes out, depending on if what we get our hands on from Giants for new, because they talk about a new game mechanic. If we don't have stuff like Global Company and Maze Plus, then I'm going to have to go back to focusing on converting vehicles and stuff until we have stuff that's similar, or find a workaround. Right now, there's kind of I could have built this map without Maze Plus, but I could not have done it without Global Company. So the thing Maze Plus does is it allows you to use any mixer you want instead of the ones that I would have had to edit for you. That's the only major thing. And then the way the cattle are fed is would have been handled a little bit differently.
I will say this: I do not expect anything like Maze Plus, although I wish that it would happen, but I do not expect it.
You're right. I'm losing it. Yeah, I'm losing it. Yeah. Wait, is this set to? I think the delay on this is a lot. No, it's not. Oh, I thought I had it set to normal, but it's set to ultra low. But yeah, like if I wanted to do an Ontario map, I need to start rounding up assets now, because I know how to convert that stuff. Converting stuff like that will be easy. Oh, I wasn't supposed to be in this one. I am losing it, Jesse. I'm distracted. I got a cat on my desk that's trying to ruin my stream here.
Your cat's cool.
It's just completely bombing my stream. But like I would. The picker wouldn't work in Bucks County either. I don't know how to help you with that one, but I can tell you why it doesn't work on Mercer is probably because your map's out of date, man. Well, Jesse, sometime you gotta get in the voice chat when we're done a stream, and I can show you what the plan was for the Ontario map.
What am I doing not watching Tyson stream? Hold on, let me get over there right now.
Yeah, what's up, Shane? What are you doing, bud?
No, I'm pulling it up right now. There we go.
But I had a rough idea of what buildings I wanted, It was going to be completely fictional. It was the plan, and just based on real life stuff. Because let's face it, if I made an actual true to life Ontario map, it'd be a pretty boring map. But if I added the cool stuff, with some of the historical kind of stuff, I feel like that would be a better map.
No, I couldn't stay awake playing an Ontario map.
Why not? You saw how nice those fields looked earlier.
Yeah, I love farming squares.
Yeah, yes, farming squares is the most accurate way to farm, right?
Just because it's the most accurate doesn't mean that's the most fun.
No, you could have fun. You could have fun farming squares. Some people don't, but some people do.
The people who have fun farming squares is because they turn on GPS and then watch Netflix.
That's not true
Yeah.
at all.
Because they do it in real life. That's the other half of it.
No, I've literally seen farmers do it in real life.
Why do Logan? Why do I imagine your barn is filled the same way that the barns that I always used to buy parts from I-140 was just completely filled with junk? Is that? I assume you're just you're not. It's not surrounded by manure. I'm assuming. Probably just surrounded by stuff that you're going to use someday, right? That's a story for another time, but hey Colton, I remember you telling me about that truck, but then I haven't seen you in a stream in so long. How's the truck going for you guys? Hey, in the Endros, how's it going?
I
I
need
guess
to
I should
catch
say
up on my
Rooster, but
episodes.
better call you up by the channel name so people will look you up.
I'm like 4 or 5 episodes behind on the Indian Rose podcast.
It's a podcast? How is it an amazing podcast?
What,
It's
in
pretty
the
good.
Endros?
Yeah, is it an amazing podcast?
Oh yeah, it's an amazing
It's
podcast.
pretty damn
Yeah,
good.
The
I'd say
first
so.
guest was the best one though.
Oh yeah, like come on.
Yeah, the second one's pretty good though too.
The
Yeah.
second one was pretty dry.
I don't know, I learned a lot.
I enjoyed the one with Ross. That was really good.
I haven't had a chance to catch up on all of them. I made it halfway through the third one. Haven't made it to Tired Irons. Haven't made it to Was Ross is the current one?
Yeah.
It was
Wait,
good.
who was the? Wait, am I on the third one?
I only
I can't even remember who's all I've watched yet. I'm so far behind on them, and I feel bad because it was partially my idea. I think I can't remember if it was my idea or if I mentioned it to somebody else and then Rooster just did it.
I only watched like the first episode.
Well, what
That's
podcast?
the only one that counts, right?
Yeah, because I obviously had the best guest.
Hey, that first part.
Yeah, that Rooster guy was great on the first part. He is definitely my favorite guy.
If Rooster didn't have stuff to do with his life, we could have sat there and talked for like 48 hours straight about my history and how I got into this and how I got where I am.
On whose podcast?
In the Enrose podcast.
In the Endros.
On, isn't that an RGs, I want to say?
There's a whole bunch of people on there.
He was a
we
guest
got-
on episode 3.
Yeah, so let me remember my controls here. So it was me, Mark, MRG, Tired Iron. I think he did one other guy. And then he did Ross W.
Ross.
Oh, did it? Did it go Tired Iron then Ross?
JMF.
Yeah, JMF is Mark. He's just literally right in the channel here with us.
Yep. That's why I made the joke about number 2 being a little dry. That was me. But no, I gotta say that it was really funny how fast an hour flew by doing an interview within the Enrose. It was good.
Mhm.
I know, right? Like I'm sitting there thinking, he's like, yeah, we're aiming for 30 minutes. 30 minutes goes by, and I'm still telling the story of how I was, where I grew up and whatnot, and we're not even anywhere close to talking about farm sim.
Back in FS19. Well,
Yeah,
that's
so then year 12, I bought my first car.
then I got my grade 10.
Oh
And then
man.
I played Farm Sim on an Intel computer.
I mean, it did start playing on an Intel computer. That was a mistake. My
At
first
least you didn't
PC was a
start.
pile of crap.
Yeah, I mean, at least you didn't start playing Farm Sim on console like I did.
Oh
You know,
man, you couldn't get any of the farm sims on console when I started. When I
Max and the Magic Marker, that's where it's at.
there,
Back in my day, there was no such thing as consoles farming.
when I started playing Farm Sim, the Xbox 360 wasn't even out yet.
So, do you guys remember
Weird flex, but I.
I had Sim Farm, which was on a Windows 3.1. Uh,
That farm's good.
Dude, I
that
had
was awesome.
Professional Farmer. Not the new ones. No. I had some rip-off
OG stuff.
$5.99 Ollie's bargain deal.
I had John Deere Drive Green.
That game was quite the schmeat too.
Oh, you thought it was it was the shit back in 2009.
If there was an hour meter for a game that old, I would have put as I would have put a lot of hours on that.
Hold on.
Now, surprisingly saying, I probably had more of a life when I was 7 than I had now. Which,
It is what it is.
Hold on here, Logan. You found an entire John Deere 530 buried under a pile of junk in your barn.
Is
Happens.
those old barns, man? You never know what you can find.
Oh my lord. If
Yeah,
that's the
I like
case, I'll be over
Drive
with a
Green.
trailer.
Like you can see an old barn completely filled with trees. The silos are completely rusted on the outside, but on the inside there could be some nice old tractors, some cars and stuff.
Someone's Dodge Superbird's just sitting in there.
Yeah.
The silo is basically ready to fall over. The floor is basically gone, and you blow off some dust, and all of a sudden there's, Richard Petty's. I think Richard Petty drove a Superbird.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Plymouth
Yeah.
Superbird.
Just a blue Superbird just sitting there with a 43 on it.
It's like, yeah, this is nothing special. I'm just gonna leave it here.
I'll
there's
fix it
one
up
garden
someday.
tractor. There's one garden tractor which I know a guy had, and I'm so mad that he sold it. Because it was a barn find, pristine condition, which is a John Deere 60. If you know anything about garden tractors, it's the very first production tractor by John Deere for like home and garden,
No,
and they're
I
the
thought that was the
tiniest things
110.
ever.
I thought the 110 was the first one, and the 60 followed it because the 110 was too expensive.
Nope, it was the 60, then the 110, I believe. The 60
Okay.
was the very first one, which I
Yeah,
think it was 1961 or 62. Actually, I'm
Oh,
gonna go on Tractor Data and find it right now.
those things look tiny.
okay.
I've seen one.
They're so beautiful. They have a 34-inch deck.
Oh, these are
30.
nice.
Okay, if it was 66 to 69, wait a minute.
Dude, this is a nice
Something
garden
smells
tractor.
weird.
It's
Wait.
just
Wait,
easy. It looks easy to use.
no, it might
Oh, I
be.
gotta
I
go over
know
to
the
the other farm.
110 was the first one then. How? Wait.
I mean, it could.
Huh?
I mean, I'm on tractor data right now. The John Deere 60 was produced from 1966 to 1969.
So the 110
Right,
started in
and then
64, I thought.
63 to 60 or 60, 63 to 74.
Yep,
Now in
I had
between
two
that there was
74s.
there's square fenders and then the round fenders, which I want a round fender. That'd be so cool.
I know a guy who has a round fender that put the what do you call those? The spline tires in the front, egg tires in the back, and just a plow on it. Thing looks badass.
I know a guy. I know a guy who has a 140H3, which is the John Deere 140 with 3 hydraulic remotes, which is schmeating and schmacking. I don't know.
Did I
I got
post the
Jacobson's.
pictures of the patio
I just
series
I need a
on my
lawnmower.
channel?
Hey, hold on. There's 3 of you talking at once here.
Did I post the pictures of the patio model deers in Tyson's channel?
No, I've seen them. I've seen one in person. But I'm kind of curious as to what color you have.
Oh, I don't have any, but the collection that I was working with, they had all of them. I didn't get a picture of the guy's round fender, because it was green, and which was weird because everything else was white and whatever. I just dumped it in real life farming. 'Cause that'll piss
Oh, I
somebody
saw
off.
all that. Oh yeah, I did
You
see all that.
thinking- Do you guys think in FS22 that the pins on the back of the forage harvesters will actually work?
Probably not.
No, definitely not.
I wouldn't know much about that stuff.
I wish we could. I wish you had to get out manually attach stuff, so then you could actually turn on a thing to make the attach-o-matic work. Like, some guys know what that is, some guys won't.
I'm not
Is that
even
the
lying.
detacher?
What?
Before I bought,
Oh, sorry, Mark.
Is that the quick detach?
Yeah, they call it attach-o-matic, I think.
I don't know what the hell they call it. I know we had one for our pull type chopper that when we put it on the square baler when we went to the high dump, it works well.
They are cool as hell. And, like, it's just... There's no point in adding them to the game, because you can literally just attach anything by backing up to it.
In the game, everything is that.
But that's how it works in Europe, right? They have those lift hitches.
God, those things are dumb.
Yeah, they seem to like them over there.
Colton, you need to download, or you need to get a roll, and then you should be able to see the channels that you can post in. But I'm not. I was. Oh, hold on. I really gotta kick this cat out. 1 second. I was talking about this ball here. This drops straight to the ground and then picks the trailer up, because their trailers have. Let me see.
It looks like a pintle ring, don't it? It's
no,
a half semicircle thing.
Yeah, it's like this, and it just picks it up.
Yeah.
But then they have the high hitch for PTO
But
operating stuff, like this.
Now, how
This is
does
the high
that stay
hitch.
latched to them? I've always wondered that.
It actually has a hole in it, and Giant's just too lazy to model it.
Oh, I've never seen one in person. I was always sat there going, I don't know how on earth they expect that thing to stay hooked to that.
It might actually be like a pintle like this. I think Giants was lazy with it.
Yeah,
Somebody
I've
will
never
pipe in and
seen
tell
one
me.
of them in person.
Go to the Game Rules channel, Colton, and click on one of the click on the emojis that match with what roles you want. See, I got Mount Manure build in here, and I have nothing to put it on.
Throw it in your hay ground.
I don't think he
The
has
hay ground's
ground
already
available.
saturated.
Oh well.
It would turn hay ground to manure ground.
Yeah, it would literally turn into a peat bog.
Push it on top of the storm drain and turn the water on it.
Just pile it up, I guess.
Why do I get the
worst
feeling
thing
that
is
you know somebody who's done that?
you won't even be able to use it until you cut your hay.
That's what I mean. I'm kind of stuck, but at least I have more ground to put it on. Ooh, what if I did a contract to make some money?
Unrealistic. I don't appreciate that.
What?
So unrealistic. I don't appreciate that.
Is it unreal? Because I know guys will buy manure from their neighbors and have them spread it. Usually they don't charge. Usually they don't pay
For that
60
rate.
grand. Usually they don't pay
yeah, my
60
dog
grand for
shit
the
on my.
service.
I had to clean it. For the first time, I used my Jacobson, my little Jacobson trailer today, clean away some tree brush that I cut down yesterday. That worked well.
What was I gonna say? I still gotta look. But the Jacobsons look like the Alice Chalmers, right? Or they look like the Fords.
Yeah, well, no, Jacobson made Ford. They were the production, like the first. They were the people who made Fords, and then all they did was paint them over to Fords. They
Yeah, that's
painted
what I
them to
mean.
Fords, whites, and Fords, whites, Minneapolis Molines, Farmhands.
Oliver, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah, Oliver for the later years, like the LG. Right. Yeah, the LGT series.
Yep.
I'm about to run out of. I'm not running out of food, but I'm definitely lower than I have been. I might end up cash cropping my bales this year because I got way too many in here. I'd probably put to a couple wagon loads, and then the rest of it would end up at the feedlot. Or I guess it's an auction yard. I don't know what it is. I didn't actually make that part of it. any part of the map. I just, did my own edits. A lot of people got that confused. There's people out there that think I made the entire map from scratch, but I didn't. That was
Nah,
energy.
Tyson just make map better.
Yeah, it's a lot. I
Oh,
find
wait.
I have no creativity when it comes to visual stuff, but if you want to see somebody push the limits of what you can do with an XML.
I don't feel like separating a bunch of stuff right now, but I kind of want to.
Where's my
I
phone?
want to get this done.
Those large frame garden tractors are awesome, like the 420, 400, 430.
Yeah, those are some big boys.
My neighbor
Yeah,
my
those are
parents'
great.
neighbor, I guess he is now. He has one. He has a 400.
See, I mean, living in the middle of the city, you're very limited to like what you could get. That's why I went for 8 horsepower, 10 horsepower. You know, like I can't get, I can't really get the big stuff.
Get a 430 and put a loader on it. Send it. Don't be
I
waiting.
was thinking about building a front end loader for my Jacobson 800.
There might be a company that still makes them. There's companies popping up that are making them again.
No, there's a website, PF Engineering, I think it is, where you could buy the blueprints for it.
I know Tube
You
Line still has the jigs to make loaders for 110s. 110s and 140s. Tube Line owns fry loaders. And obviously...
Yeah, PF Engineering gets you the plans for, front loaders and backhoe loaders for garden tractors.
Oh, that'd be badass. You gotta be
So, like,
careful
I've
with the
seen...
backhoe, though. If the tractor's not weighted or if it's just not strong enough, you're gonna break it.
Right. I've seen it done before in the Jacobson Chief 800, and it looks badass, but it's not really practical, you know.
I bet you could shovel faster.
No? Yeah, probably.
See, the loader is handy because you can actually, if you have a small yard, you can do a lot of.
Semi-handy.
Yeah, if you have if it's like a backyard or something that's fenced in, it's definitely handy. But the backhoe is definitely pretty much useless
For what, a 1025R or something?
for a 110 John Deere
Oh,
or something around 10 horsepower garden tractor.
you can put a backhoe on something that small?
Yeah, was it Johnson made them?
They wouldn't have any
Yeah.
hydraulic force to them.
Johnson, God, there's another fucking brand where you could still buy the ones that were made for them back in the 60s,
Hold on.
whatever.
Let's Google it.
You wouldn't have
I want to know
you
what
wouldn't
they've
have
ever
enough
used.
hydraulic force to break through grass with that.
Yeah, it would.
Hydraulics are easy. It's the rest of it. It's you could have the hydraulic force, but you're gonna pick the entire tractor up.
Well, that's my thinking. Either you're not going to have nearly enough force, you're going to have so much force, you're going to dig into the turf and rip the back end off the front end.
Yeah, I can't seem to find a 110 with a backhoe on it, but I bet you I can find a 140.
Somebody
you
did
could
a
find
Cub Cadet as a
140.
backhoe.
All right, here's a 140.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, before
Don't know
I
how I
bought
feel
my
about it.
Jacobsons, like when I was still searching for like a first garden tractor, I was thinking about there was a John Deere 120 patio, and that thing looked beautiful.
44 loader.
And oh my,
Because
that's what you call Bertha.
I could see the loader. The loader would be useful. The backhoe, I think, would just be more of a
that's
pain.
what I mean. Like if you're a landscaper, those would have been handy as hell for going in people's backyards and just doing whatever.
Well, yes
Yeah.
and no.
Hi.
Or even just
So
like
right across
moving
from
stuff
me-
around.
Yeah. Guy across from me's got a
Yes.
112 with a homemade loader on the front of it. So for hydraulic power, it's got a Chevy power steering pump hooked to the belt drive on it. And it actually works really well for running the loader.
Now that's improvising.
Oh,
I know
it's
a
some
couple
red green
people-
shit.
I know about
No,
You could
Red
buy-
Green would have used duct tape for the belt.
Freaking gorilla tape.
Duct tape.
you're able to buy the still today you're able to buy like their whole entire Fox whatever it is system, and you you basically set your garden tractor up with hydraulic power already. Like it's made for a garden tractor.
Well, some of them really fancy, like X700 Deers, have hydraulics and stuff on them too.
The
Yeah, and
X700 actually had a lot of
four-wheel
cool
drive.
options for it back when the original ones.
Well, they had a loader on the original X700s,
That's
didn't
what
they?
I mean. Yeah,
You
they
get like a factory loader for them and all sorts of stuff.
yeah, they dropped that, and all you get is a little scoop now.
See, those Johnny buckets are absolutely useless.
100%. But there
Like,
is a
what are
company
you
out
gonna
there
do
that
with
makes loaders for them aftermarket, so you can always just buy
Yeah.
one of those.
Ventrax with loaders, those would be pretty sweet.
I've seen Ventrac backhoe loaders. Those things are
Yeah,
insane.
they make a loader and a backhoe for them, which you don't see a whole lot of, but I think those things would be pretty mint.
I've seen one before with the duals and everything, and that thing was giant.
What's
Ventracs
a
are beasts.
CALS? Hold on. I gotta look this up. Oh, one of those.
Oh yeah, Alice Chalmers made lawnmowers.
Yeah, we're talking.
Oh, that's
Talking-
those are like before the. Yeah.
Yeah, a CA.
They
is
remind
a
me of the
farm
WD
tractor.
and the WD-45 and stuff.
So how did
Yeah,
all
but
those?
a WD was bigger.
Come on, Tyson, while
Yeah,
you're
but
already there, you
same
should
sort of style to them.
Yeah.
look up Jacobson's.
Oh, I'll get around to it. What am I trying to think what I was doing here though? This will
'Cause, yeah, I got a little Al's B, and they're a great little tractor.
How did those
I
old
wanted to beat
tractors
them.
like? A lot of them didn't have 3-point hitches on them, so but all the attachments were mounted. Did they just have their own built-in system then?
It depends on everything. So Farmall had the 2-point coupler. The Alice stuff, it's typically B, C, and some CA compatibility between those ones. Deere had something. What the hell was it? I forget what Deere called their quick, mounted equipment coupling. But everyone just basically ran their own thing.
Left the load all running all night. That makes sense. And then the Ferguson obviously came up with the Ferguson system that we know now is the 3-point hitch.
Exactly.
So how did everybody get access to that? Because like obviously it would have been patented, or did they give it? Did they let everybody use it just so that everybody could standardize their implements?
Well, so even the 3-point hitch system that everyone wound up using, still different than the actual Ferguson system. The Ferguson system, in all reality, is a really fucked up, convoluted mess.
Oh boy.
They are very high. How the hell do I word that? Very complicated, overcomplicated.
Fucked.
But they run so well when they're all tweaked up perfect.
Let me Google the Ferguson system real quick. Huh.
But yeah, I don't know if it was a whole patent that came.
Oh, I see.
The draft control, especially when running a plow, draft control is a big thing. Alice Chalmers had their own way of dealing with it with the snap coupler on the D series. That it's basically like a traction booster, I think they call it. There's a lever that under a certain load, it engages that lever, pulls up on the piece of equipment to pull it out so you don't slip and lose traction. A Ferguson system had a different way of doing draft. It's all actually really complicated for what a 3-point hitch is. But it worked.
It's really cool like how all the stuff back then just kind of all came together and things just at a certain point stopped changing. Like they haven't really done anything to the 3-point hitch over the years, have they? Since they really perfected it.
Not really.
Other than the invention of the quick hitch, which
Yeah.
wasn't drafted.
Or the I mean the drawbar hasn't changed much, that's for sure. I mean obviously they've added the what is it called, the hammer strap or whatever, the thing that the keeper, I guess it's also technically called. Oh, I accidentally dumped hay bales down there and I'm holding the cat. This cat's got issues and he needs to be held Oh, there he goes. He'll literally meow until somebody picks him up.
Oh god, it's fucking. In Wade's server, there's a video of Ian.
Yeah, he sent me that. I haven't watched it yet.
He felt kind of cute.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm
Sounds like a
gonna.
good thing.
I don't know if I'm watching that, but
I don't know if you want to watch it. Just him making a bunch of weird faces with his tongue out.
oh my,
Bad.
that guy needs some serious help. And I was really hoping Western Iowa would contact his parents because he knows where they live.
Fucking everyone knows where they live. If you look on Facebook, he made a post about me and Space Cadet. How we were, quote unquote, harassing him. All because we were calling out on how stupid this guy is. And what was great is my name on his page was PNM Can't Mod. Like it was a screenshot of Discord, and my username at the time was PNM Can't Mod. So he's basically just shouting out himself.
Wait, where'd Mark go? What did you get your ticket for, Colton? Oh, hey, Mark. I was wondering where you went there.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck that was about.
Oh.
I just decided, nah, I don't want to do this anymore.
That's me going to work every day.
Damn.
Okay, I gotta look up these breakaway hitches, but I gotta keep going on this so that we can mow hay next stream.
Next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend. I'm only doing one Mercer stream per week. It's just I need to focus. Like I said, I need to focus on everything else, and somehow focusing on everything else still doesn't get anything done. Well, I shouldn't say that. I did slam out a lot of features on Automokes that I haven't showed anybody yet, except for Mark and Jono.
Damn, alright, I see what it is.
It makes them more.
See, Jesse, I don't mind my job. I just like to joke about it. I mean, it's definitely for what I do compared to what everyone else at that plant does. It's definitely a lot better of a job than what everyone else is doing. That's for sure.
I'll switch jobs with you, Tyson.
No,
You don't want a roof? Yeah.
definitely not.
Pass.
I mean, there's nothing like driving by people on a forklift wearing a respirator while everyone's trying to breathe through a mask, and the humidity is like 98%. It's like 40 degrees in there, Celsius.
I'll switch with you.
You're just cruising by everybody, the powered respirator on. You know, it's great. Crank the fan speed up, and it's just like having an air conditioner. At least, like my fiance that works there, and at least once every 3 new people that she trains, I'll ask what I do there that I wear a respirator.
Need a forklift. Wait, you need a respirator fit? Yes.
Oh, you know when your blender crashes moving a piece?
Well, Jesse, depending on what plant he worked for, he probably didn't work a day in his life in there. If it's anything like some of the auto plants in Ontario, like Cami. I've heard so many people that work at Cami tell me how little work they do in a day.
Oh, your mic is screwed, Cattle.
Sound like a 3DS, not gonna lie.
Alright, park that for... So we got one more day. I guess we could probably start mowing tonight. If I get everything...
Is my mic good now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so these guys need...
Still on the other end.
Yeah, the mic's okay, but the guy we're talking to still isn't.
Womp womp.
Sheesh.
Tough crowd.
Fuck him.
Fuck him if he can't take a joke.
Everyone, get your mask on.
What?
He's got it.
Yep.
I've had it for
Social
3 years
distance.
then. Jeez.
Oh yeah. Since I've known this guy, just coughs. Just
Before
constant.
COVID even existed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's patient zero.
Went
I
to
got my
China
second
6
shot
years
yesterday.
ago.
Self-isolated for the other 3. Or other 4. Went out in public once. The whole world got it. You're actually using that gator? Jeez.
I always do. Carbon
Where are
black.
you hauling him to?
Wheat.
Hey, I have almost 40 hours
Would
of the
you use
gator
that to
because I
get
bought
him
it
to other
used.
farms?
What? No, that would take me all day. I use the truck if I want to take stuff to the other farm.
Damn, I dropped my piece of coal.
I'm kind of curious
Yes,
about what this Cabot place makes.
If you don't hold a piece of coal in your hand while you're gaming, what are you doing?
Where would you even find a piece of coal in this day and age?
Well, no,
Okay.
actually. Alright, so back in the 50s, right, our houses had, like, the basement window, there was a coal chute. And, you know, you'd pull the truck up to the chute, drop the coal, and then you'd have an incinerator and a pile in the basement. We were digging up our front yard. We literally dug up our whole entire front yard to get to our pipes and all that because we had to replace a shitload of stuff.
In the 50s?
Well, no, this was... So, back in the 50s, they messed with a lot of
I'm
coal.
fucking with
Okay.
you.
Oh, okay.
What the hell? I want a chunk of coal. So
Yesterday, while we were digging, probably like 6 feet down, we got like this little black rock thing, and it was very shiny. So I washed it off, I looked it up, and it's an actual piece of coal. And what's great about it is there's it sitting underground for 70 years or something like that. It's pretty much compacted itself. It's very shiny and it's very smooth, with a couple
Well, I
of
mean,
rigid
coal
edges.
comes from the ground.
okay, hold on. Can you still
He's
like?
trying to make diamond.
Could you go out and buy coal like today?
Yeah.
Or do you-
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen it
Yeah.
for sale anywhere.
You go to
It's not.
Tractor Supply, put it in a bag.
What?
You go to Tractor Supply, you can buy it by the bag.
Oh, that's cool. So is coal like graphite then? Like we're in the sense that if you touch it your hands, or it looked like you just completely covered them with a
A little
pencil?
bit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Now does it?
Well, see,
Is it like graphite that
piece-
lets off dust if you get a little too violent
Dump
with
it.
it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that dust is
the-
literally what the entire room that I work in at work is covered in. Just carbon.
Yeah. Nasty. Like, and you could see the shiny fucking
Yep.
shit in it.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
shiny stuff is the part that ruins your lungs.
Yeah.
That's silica.
See, this piece that I have, so old and so compressed underground for so long, it's shiny. Doesn't flake. Doesn't leave dust behind. I mean, you could rub it a million times and you're not gonna get anything on your hands.
Huh.
So it's like really nice and smooth.
So does it have the same horrendous smell that graphite has to it?
No.
It's got no smell.
Okay, if you get, I don't know if it's really a smell or what it is, but like if you kick up enough of it, and you know, say you're an
You're not
idiot,
supposed
you're
to
not
be
wearing
cranking lines with graphite.
what?
You're not supposed to be cranking lines of graphite.
Yeah, no shit. That'd be bad. But like,
Fucking party animal.
I don't know if it's just a mixture of the dust that's in the air there, but it's got a smell to it. It's horrendous. And
Every
the worst
factory
is the
has
worst.
that.
Okay, the worst is when you get it on your face because it was on your hands. You go to eat or drink water and you just get a taste of that. That's nasty.
I can't imagine.
Oh yeah.
Try working with fish meal in a plant.
Pass.
Yeah. Fish meal, feather meal. Right now, the place that I'm picking up and dropping off feed at they have a fish bone meal.
Oh no.
Oh god.
So
Okay.
bad.
Bet you that makes some good fertilizer though.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's
But the other one's feather meal. I'm not sure that's
What do
gross
you use
shit.
feather meal for?
It's fertilizer.
Oh, okay.
Ground up chicken feathers.
What do I do, Colton? Maybe I can actually get you a picture. I've never thought to actually Google it. So, let's see here.
Dox yourself a little bit more right now.
Yeah,
Talks yourself.
PS6, see if it comes up. Okay,
I could always just.
where I work makes these. And they also we made these at one point. We also make...
The hell is that? That's all you make?
No, that's what the powder ends up being when it goes out the door.
That's
And
all.
we also
huh?
make these for the so if you drive if you drive one of the big 3 pickups, you're using parts that we make. We make these. Did I spell that right? Why won't it search? There it goes. We make these. And I have no idea what these little things are over there, but we just finished. Wait, is that them? 1 second here. Okay, well that ain't gonna come up. But we make something similar to that. We don't put the gears in them though, but we make the carrier themselves and machine them. So it starts out as iron powder, which is the stuff on the right here, really fine, like sand. These are all really poor examples. Right here. This is what it looks like. And we mix it with, I can't tell you guys everything, but obviously one of the major ones is powdered graphite. No, I spelled that wrong.
Can't tell us everything. Psh, why not?
Because some of the stuff is trade secret. Okay, I can't get you guys a really good picture of how fine the graphite is because this is really coarse. But imagine like the dust that you dust in your house, that really fine dust.
No, thank you.
Imagine that, but even finer and black, and just gets all over everything.
Trade is secret? What do you mean by that?
Like it's stuff that. How do you explain that? Maybe Mark might be able to explain it better.
Only employees get to know.
Yeah, basically.
Basically, it's a secret sauce. You don't know the 11 herbs and spices in KFC. They ain't telling you what they're putting in their powdered metal bag.
It's already been debunked. The 11 herbs and spices have already been debunked.
Yeah. But you know what I'm getting at.
So over time, anybody could just, eventually figure it out.
I wonder if you can press this piece of coal and turn it into a diamond.
Well, you can't figure it out, Cattle, because see, most of the stuff in those parts burns off when it goes through the furnace. Oh, right, I forgot to explain the rest of the process. Right, hold on, sorry.
You didn't get there.
Yeah, I didn't get there, so it gets blended in a stationary mixer. So it gets blended in a stationary, hopefully I can find a picture of one. Okay, these, like this, gets blended.
Well, you know what? I'll just watch how it's made, damn it.
There is no how it's made on this, and I'm kind of sad that there isn't. Then it goes through a compacting press.
Oh, so you guys
Concrete
just have
mixer.
you guys literally use a TMR mixer at work.
No, not a TMR mixer. Okay, let's see here.
He's just searched that so much that it just pops right up.
Yeah, that's what I do. So I can put my...
So it goes through a press like this. Powder goes down into it, whatever. Gets pressed into a part. You can take that part, it's made of metal, completely metal. You can take it and snap it in half by hand. Because it's got to be hardened in a furnace. And the process is called sintering. And this is how it works. So, like I said, parts of it get burned off when they go through the furnace. And then the part that makes sintering work is the cooling section. It uses a, what do you call that? A mixture of gases, and when it cools, it hardens into one solid piece of metal. And then it comes out the other end. So, like, this is what it looks like. This is what stuff kind of looks like going in. Obviously, ours are much larger. but like they go in on special things, plates. They're called. They're made of they're either made of ceramic or carbon, so they don't just disintegrate in the furnace. And then once they're out of there, they go through a variety of CNC machines, and out the door they go. Actually, I wonder if they did do it, how it's made. Hold on, I gotta know. I don't think they did.
Probably.
No, this is the only thing that comes up is the. Nope, there's no. Oh, they did it. That's how it works.
Maybe a Dirty Jobs or something.
Yeah, that would be a. That'd be awesome.
How it's made? How it's made would have. Blah, 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 blah.
That's how it works.
How it's made would have told me what's in it.
No, they wouldn't. They literally say
Yeah,
trade secret all the
fuck
time.
you.
Yeah, now it's made more secrets than anything.
Jeez.
Except for the hot dog episode.
Oh, the hot dog episode. Oh god.
The hot dog episode. I don't know what company. That was probably J.M. Snyder Kitchen. That's why they went out of business.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that happened.
Human parts, dog parts, horse parts, cow parts, pig parts.
I'd still eat
And
it.
then we mix it all together.
That doesn't.
I don't-
that-
Assholes.
I don't give a fuck what's in it. It's my food. Oh, a cow is gassed and killed so you can eat that steak. Good.
They don't gas
Fucking
cows.
good. What is it? What's it gonna do? Come after me?
Well,
Wait, that's
they
a
don't
new way.
gas
How
the
do you
cows,
gas?
though.
Yeah, how do you gas a cow?
Do you know how cost and effective that would be?
I don't fucking know.
That would be
The cow
very.
is-
You could run.
The cow is killed aggressively.
You could run your.
What?
You could run like 5 Buicks in a garage, and you probably still wouldn't knock that cow to its knees.
Dude, I shot a cow in the head with 5 rounds of 357, and it still didn't work.
Hey
Well,
Cody.
remember
fucking
that.
Cow is cow.
Hey Cody McBride, how's it going, man? Hey Cody. I'm just playing Farm Sim here. We're talking about whatever it was we were talking about there. Apparently, how it's made and what I do for a living there.
He's a boring factory worker.
It's not that
You're
boring.
boring. Fuck.
I mean, if this is not work, he could be working for some like frozen pizza.
Here's
factory
what
or
he
something.
actually is. He's actually Pink Hill. He works on propane and propane equipment.
Hey, it's natural gas.
Propane and
Oh, I'm
propane.
gonna kick your ass.
Is what it's called.
I'm gonna kick your ass with the power of my
I work for a
propane.
living.
Alright.
And I mean,
Bobby!
not writing down gobbledygook.
My dad says butane is a bastard.
Cody
gas.
Cundiff donated $20. Cheers, man.
Hey Cody, thanks for the super chat, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate the support, man. What map you been playing these days? You still playing on Mercer? Colton, I didn't see your message there. The chat's been scrolling by pretty good. Yeah, I better take a screenshot of that. That doesn't happen very often. Thanks, Cody.
So they're spending about, I don't know,
We got 2 Codys in here, and it's
about-
confusing.
about an hour and a half later, and I'm finally getting to the end of this service bed redo.
Modding.
Mudding. I'm a truck mother, though.
Yeah,
I get
truck
bullied by
modder.
the community.
So according to the Logan 9760, you don't matter.
You get looked down on when you just want to make what you want to make in FS.
I just want to make my Ford 6.0, okay?
You really only need a few trucks in the end when you really think about it.
How
It's not
often do
that
you
it-
use your truck?
Exactly, that's
Well-
what I'm saying. You literally just need a square body, and you need a more modern truck, and away you go. That's all you need. We don't need I really don't think you need a truck with like those deep dish rims on it in Farm Sim.
I don't make-
God, no. I hate
Everything
when,
that I
hate
make
when
is
I make
stock.
stuff.
Like bone stock, and the most thing that I'll ever have on is like a different bed. But
Yeah, that's all you
it's
really.
not the right. Well, I know what you're trying to say, and you don't really need trucks in FS a whole lot. Like, you
No, you
know,
do. They are handy, especially on
right.
Rappling Mercer. We have to drive across the map.
It's just I don't know. I find enjoyment making truck mods. I don't know.
Yeah, just like, but like having like three, like 4 or 5 inch lifts into just squatted truck. I don't see a point for that stuff in farm sim.
No, I
If you're
agree.
gonna if you're gonna make those mods, go make it for a game like ATS and allow you to pull a gooseneck
No,
with it.
not
Just
ACS. Go make
fucking
it for like
send it.
Snow Runner or 5M.
Or
Gotta
Beam.
have
Do it
them
for
20
Beam.
by 12s.
Yeah,
Gotta have stretch niddle 420s. And it's gotta have 20-inch stack in the bed, centered.
gotta have the Carolina squat.
Looks
The
like a
I'm
dog taking
gay
a dump on
squat.
the lawn.
I don't know. It's just I enjoy just making truck mods more than I do making like I've tried doing tractors and stuff like that. I just don't find the enjoyment I get out of doing a truck mod. And I hate that because it's like just because you make truck mods, you just get looked down upon in the community.
I wonder
Well,
why.
okay, so
I
that
know.
doesn't come from the fact that you're making truck mods. That comes more from the fact that the guys who make truck mods trust their truck mods that they want to keep private with just about anybody who asks for them, and then wonders why they get leaked and then scream at the community, and then the community laughs at them for that.
Right.
You gotta look at that part of it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's another thing.
They
My paint testers leaked my mods. What is going on?
And I've
Sub to my
selected in every
Patreon.
single server I'm in. How could this happen?
Sub to my
oh man, that
Patreon and give me $20 for unfinished truck mods.
Oh god, don't get me started on truck
Yeah, don't even
Patreons.
get me started on Patreons.
Hey, if you want to be,
There's only like Patreons are only for like I feel like they should only be for like 2 people in this whole entire community. I'm not even lying. Like Retro Mods, his trucks, he does a good job on them. He
Oh yeah,
deserves
I
it.
paid $25 for his bullnoses picture, worth every penny.
I think if people want to have Patreons, they can, and then if people are dumb enough to subscribe to them, that's just
Just
their
yeah,
fault.
don't subscribe to
Right.
North.
Yeah, be my
Please
guest
don't.
if you want to have a Patreon. But don't be my guest if you want to buy it, because that is stupid. And half
Yeah,
the Patreons right now are just like, yeah, like you guys said, unfinished trucks.
Hey, Cody, I've seen ads for that stuff. Colton, I thought those signs were always a suggestion. I think you had to actually obey them because here it just says please avoid. It doesn't actually say you can't. Um, yeah, I've seen ads for that stuff, Cody, but I just thought it was kind of just like a gimmick. And back to the Patreon discussion. The other thing is, there's a lot of dead Patreons out there where they're just like they don't shut the thing down and they're not you subscribe to it even though they're not actively producing anything. There's a lot of
Right.
those out there in the community. There's a lot of fake ones too. There was a group of guys. Uh, I think Mark, were you around for that when those guys? It was a pair of kids. It was like prairie modding and another one, and the two of them were making just saying we're gonna do this, this, and this, and had no proof or concept or anything, and they wanted everybody to subscribe to their Patreon. That was just them trying to, just con
I
the
don't
community
remember
into
that.
cash. Oh well, it ended with them reskinning or taking North Simulations Mandako that was a reskin of the Salford that I cut down and claiming it as his. And me and North basically laid into him in custom budding group to the point that both of them deleted their pages.
Holy shit.
Hold on, Jesse Clark. So there's 2 different types of trucks in the community. There's truck mods, useful, and there's Tonka truck.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna debunk something real quick.
Oh
Now,
great!
what if I was making a 2012 Ford F750 that looks exactly like a Tonka truck?
That's still not useful. How many people have a Tonka truck?
I got a
Well, it's
couple
not
of
the
them.
fact that it's a Tonka truck. It's an F750, which Tonka trucks are pretty much modeled after 750s. I don't know. Then again, why do you need an F750 and FS? I don't just feel like making one.
I mean you can use if you have like a big enough like cow operation, you can use them to haul like manure and stuff.
goosenecks.
A lot of manure.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we hauling manure with?
750.
Trucks.
Oh, Cody, are
Bring it up,
you
Tonka
Outlaw
trucks,
Gaming?
Drive across our knees.
I know you messaged me about moose hunting the other day. Or you said something in the chat there.
I'm hunting goats right now.
Okay, this grass still hasn't grown. Word of advice, guys, don't cut your grass too late in the fall. It'll stunt it for the next year, and you'll be late spring still staring at this.
You might want to, if that
Kind of
doesn't
sounds like
grow,
an issue.
It'll
you
grow
might
tomorrow.
want to.
It grows
Yeah.
tomorrow. It'll grow tomorrow.
I've had it where it doesn't, and it's only happened to me once.
You gotta let that grass grow a little bit in the fall before it heads to winter and dies.
Yeah, I know, and oh, I know what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to move some cattle. Or calves. Can never focus on what I'm doing here.
Holy
Yeah,
fucking
just
grizzly
because
bear!
One on 750s, you could use them as like grain trucks and stuff, even service trucks.
Isn't a 750 a little light for a grain truck? I guess if it's a tandem, it's not.
Yeah, yeah. I actually saw
Alright.
a tandem F750 the other day. It was 2012.
For what do you mean a little light? As a grain truck? Like a
I think
straight
it
truck
was
or
probably
pulling a grain trailer?
a
Definitely is
little
a straight.
like a straight truck with just a single axle, but a tandem axle would be nice.
You could do
Wouldn't
it.
be bad with that.
You could definitely do you could definitely do a single axle.
That makes sense, Cody. David, things are doing pretty good here, other than my grass being stunted from cutting it too late in the fall last year. Oh wait, I didn't check. I know what I forgot to check. The one field up above, up here.
I'm not gonna
You know,
have grass until like literally late summer. By the way,
Will it be late summer? I did a test earlier, and it was like it was like first day of summer.
but it's only gonna get like a little growth. It's not gonna grow all the way.
Oh right, yeah, it's gonna be late summer. We're not cutting grass tonight. Yeah, that was a very bad mistake on my part.
Trying to plant alfalfa.
Does the alfalfa simulate any better than that?
you know what model like
Not exactly sure.
Hey Logan, this was a release in Expendables. It was released with 2 other things. So like I said earlier in the stream, when you look for it, you gotta look for it's like a multi-post, multi-release.
it might be an expendable spin post.
Callan, it's because I'm from Ontario. we don't use miles per hour here for much, unless we're talking about the speed you're in at the drag track. Yeah, this isn't grown either.
Let's just do like the smaller field in alfalfa just to try it.
That would be a good idea. A little late in the season to plant it now.
I like that you have that
Too late.
square body.
What'd you say?
I said it's great that you have that square body.
It is. I like the step side one, but I don't like the dynamic suspension.
Here's how I
I like
at
the flatbed better. That's just every farm has one.
Oh, the step side would be cooler for like when I go to Autumn Oaks, just as like the just moving seed bags and stuff around, and have an actual dedicated cattle truck.
For Autumn Oaks, yeah.
Here's how I look at it. You can get one cutting of grass on it, whether it's alfalfa or regular grass.
Wait, I didn't catch what you said there.
So you're gonna get one cutting of grass, whether it's alfalfa or regular grass, and you're not gonna get any other decent cutting.
Yeah, that's just the way it works, right? Because
Well,
otherwise it'll grow. But see, the problem is with seasons, if you don't do it that way, you'll be able to cut it in the winter. Like it'll literally grow right through. Like it'll keep growing through winter if you want it to actually work like the way it should. It's kind of a. Hey, Callan. You would be surprised. My old supervisor, said my last name wrong for 3 years straight. So.
It's Tyson Diniz, okay, guys? Diniz.
Diniz.
Nope, Diniz.
It's like Guinness, but with a D.
Okay,
Exactly.
I'm guessing that you have front leaf springs on that thing, David. Where did I park my gator?
In the barn where you're feeding by the,
Yeah, I see it here.
or not by the, not in the barn, but by the.
Oh, that F700 that was released in Expendables. You know what that thing needs on it? I know what it needs. It needs a forage
Tools?
box. Not that one though. It needs like a 16-foot forage box on it, or whatever length it fit. And then you take your Jiffy dump and dump it into that.
That would be pretty mint.
That would. Where's Snubby when you need him?
Smebby!
The one farm my dad used to do cash repairs on. That's what they had was it was a Chevy though, and it was a I don't even know what brand of forage box it was, but that's what they dumped their Jiffy dump into.
Oh, fancy! They had an actual built forage box. Ours is, well, it's a dump body, but with wooden sides. GMC 78 GMC C60, 16-foot dump. Pretty mint.
See, they needed an actual forage box because they I'm assuming it was hydraulically driven, but they used it to load right into the silo blower. They didn't have a dump deck. They had like they had the thing still in the front of it.
Oh, one of those. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I'm pretty sure they just took a hydraulically driven forage box and slapped it on there.
Well, I mean, you could just hook it up to the PTO off the transmission. That's how the hydraulic pump would be driven. So they could do the same thing.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, okay, that would work too. Yeah. Oh, Jesse, they're probably taking that plywood off right now and making a fortune. They're probably retiring on that plywood money.
Sure. you buying plywood are ridiculous right now.
Is it ridiculous in Canada?
Yeah, it's like $97 for whatever.
Okay, that's stupid because you guys are the funds that fucking started this shit.
How'd we start?
You didn't know that. You guys got mad with some fucking trade deal we did, and you won't sell us lumber.
Well then, fix it. It's your fault.
No, it's your fault.
Listen here, you maple leaf motherfuckers.
Oh, you got an you got one of those trucks. Oh man, yeah. If it's anything like my CJ, you don't take it down anything too bumpy at any good speed. Otherwise, you're worn out by the end of the day. I never understood like. It's hard to explain, but like if you have a leaf sprung vehicle, and I always found this. I don't know if you agree, Mark, but if you bounce around at like really bouncy roads all day, you get tired as hell by the end of the day.
Oh yeah, that kicks your ass.
I never understood that.
It's almost.
I never understood how that
almost
works.
like a workout. Like, it's a workout trying to stay on your vehicle. Or not like stay on it, but
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're kind of you're using your muscles to kind of stay where you were.
Yeah, you're hanging on.
Yeah. Oh wait, there's still a cow in the trailer.
I was about wondering what you were doing.
Did I not deliver
taking
this?
them for a ride.
See, now,
Dang
my
Hold on,
F-250 has the twin I-beam front suspension in it. I tell you, that's actually really plush. That ride's nice.
It rides nice, but it's shit if you go anywhere in the dirt.
Oh, a twin traction
Meh.
beam.
I've had good luck with them in the dirt.
See, the problem with the twin is it's a twin traction beam, right?
They're trash. I hate
Yeah, the
them.
problem with those is when you rotate your tires, someone's got to take the front ones off the rim and flip them around.
Isn't that the, yeah. I have a truck right now that's wearing really bad, and I can actually take a picture, and I have full tread on one side, and I'm down to the wires on the other just because of that shit. It's fucking
But see,
great.
that's only on a worn out suspension. You fix that, you adjust the camber on them, and they're fine.
Oh, is that what it is? I've always heard people say that joke where your tire rotation involves the tire changing machine. I didn't realize that you could actually adjust it.
Yep, no, it's... I first learned about them with Ford Rangers, because I've got one that's a big convoluted mess, but when I originally built it, I had custom front springs in it, and a bunch of stupid shit done to it, but I did adjustable camber caster bushings, so I was able to get it all tweaked in, and everyone oh man, that the TTB, that sucks. Those aren't any good. Those aren't any good. They wheeled with me, and I made one on the underneath the front end of a Ford Ranger last with 40s on it. And I beat the ever living piss out of that truck.
I don't
So,
see. It's a really good suspension too for off-road racing.
oh, and the desert guys love them because the travel you can get out of them.
And it's stronger than a normal AFS setup, isn't it?
It's stronger than normal IFS. Yeah, not as strong as a solid axle, but
Till you break the bolt that holds it
Well,
in
you
the
don't
middle.
exactly want to be doing off-road desert racing with a solid front axle, though. It's the only thing that you.
hey, they did it.
I guess there's that whole Cherokee class, isn't there?
I
Like,
mean,
I want
the early Broncos and the coil sprung F-150s of the 70s, those still shouldn't get coil spring front ends.
Huh.
That's basically all the technology that's underneath the front of my Ranger now with Bronco stuff.
So now you have to explain to me what was special about what they call it, radius arms.
Yeah.
What's the difference between that and a control arm for like a like? Cause my Cherokee and my TJ, all that had control arms. What's a radius arm? Is that where you have one arm and then kind of connects in two spots?
Right. So you've probably heard then about radius arms that you could put on Cherokees and Wranglers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a single arm on each side that connect. It pivots at the frame, and it doesn't pivot at the axle. On the Ford stuff, they don't use like 2 points of mounting. It's a big, like clamshell that goes around the axle with a big rubber bushing.
Oh, okay, so that's what they call like a
So it offers-
long arm setup.
Yeah.
And then
Go ahead.
oh, then you go to a you go to a 4-link and you'd have 4 separate links.
Correct.
Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, I've got big dumb radius arms underneath the front of my truck with big slinky coil springs. All the shit done to it.
I wish I hadn't sold my Jeep, man. I say it every stream, but like I was driving around today and like I drove by Newton's today and somebody there, I don't know if somebody works there, has a restored square body, but it's like it's a 3/4 ton with a flatbed on it. This thing is clean. I've never seen it there before, and I miss just bouncing all the hell inside of that CJ, but you know when everything
You do and you don't.
yeah, when you gotta think like I put like 20 grand into that thing and everything I replaced on it broke. You know what I mean? Like, nothing lasted. It was fun, but
No.
it wasn't financially.
That's
It was fun, just not financially fun.
Yeah,
it's fun in memories, but it's not fun at the time.
yeah.
It's what you call type 2 fun.
You
It's-
never. You didn't really go out and do much with it though, did you?
I never took it. I never really took it off road except for one
Yeah.
time. Okay, so it went off road once in its entire life. What happened was I'm assuming they were from one of the Balkan countries, because they were speaking some sort of Slavic language. They got stuck in a construction site in Kitchener, and I knew the risks. You know, if I got pulled over, I was screwed, right? But I'm like, fuck it. Let's go have some fucking fun. Let's go pull these guys out. So I get there, I put the Jeep in 4-wheel drive low, and I put it in second gear, and I literally just sat there, and it would just, I was moving, but I was getting smashed in the head with mud because the tires were just spinning as if there was it was like being in neutral, like there was no resistance. Like that Jeep was just, it was like a boat, like I was swimming through the mud. And I get over to the Jeep, and they had this thing buried to the past the bumpers. The bumpers were in the mud. I don't know how they pulled this off. They'd been off-roading there. They worked on it was their construction site. Like these guys were the guys that tried to pull them out originally were driving like Lexuses and stuff like that. Like these guys had money, and I don't know if they're like family owned the construction site or what. Because they didn't have any worries about leaving that Jeep there overnight if they had to. You know what I mean? Like, kind of thing. But they were off-roading there during the day, and then we got a heavy storm, and they sank it. So they call me, I go to pull it out, right? I hook my winch on it, and I'm like, okay, this thing is not pulling out. You guys buried this thing too deep. And they're like, all right, well, just try it anyways. So sure as hell, my Jeep's just getting dragged in 100 feet, 150 feet of a winch cable, and my Jeep was the only thing that moved. So he's like, okay, well, what if we hook our vehicles behind you? I dragged everything behind me in as well. Nothing got him out. They ended up having to pull him out with a payloader.
Why didn't they do that the first place?
I don't know. But that's what they ended up using. Their Jeep was totaled. I got home, mine. There was like, you know how normally if you go through like soupy mud, you're covered in mud. No, my Jeep was covered in like balls of mud, and like just that was the only time I ever took it off roading.
Nasty.
Yeah, it took forever to get it off. Oh, I know what I need. I got distracted here. I gotta move another rat bale in here. But like it was nasty, and I hated cleaning it, and that's why most of Ontario is mud. I just didn't want to destroy the thing. That's why I never really took it out and really, like, did that with it. But I definitely drove it on the beach a lot, and let me tell you, driving on sand is fun as hell. If you've never had the chance to do it, it's like you're still off-roading because you can still, you can still get stuck, but you have the fun of just, being able to shoot rooster tails like 20 feet behind you, and it's just, I mean, the other people at the beach probably don't enjoy that though. But it was that.
Excuse me.
And like when a gas V8 gets loaded down, it's like if I launched that Jeep from like a stop sign, it would sound completely different than say getting it into the sand and getting nice and deep and then just completely flooring it. You know the different sound it makes, the load you put on that engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only time I'd ever heard that sound from that Jeep was when it was in the sand, and it was in 4 high, and it was just, I wasn't buried, but you could tell it was struggling to keep itself moving towards the end, like losing momentum. And yeah, that was awesome. But
I'm so happy this project's finally coming to somewhat of an end.
so it was a blast to own. It was not a blast to fix, and that's why my next Jeep was gonna. I don't know if I want to buy a brand new one, if I want to buy a slightly older one, or if I want to buy like a TJ and put an LS engine in it. I haven't really decided yet. I've just been sitting there thinking about. I mean, I'd wanted to get a side by side, but then I realized that's kind of really unpractical, considering I'd have to pay for storage on it. I know we talked about it, Merc, but
Yep.
But it's the fact that if I have to pay storage on it, pay insurance, and all that other stuff, it's just I'm better off getting another Jeep because the landlord doesn't care how many vehicles I park on here as long as they all run. They have plates on them, and they'll have tires on them.
Like there's a story there.
Why won't they let you park a side by side there?
I probably could, but the fact that it's a side by side, somebody probably steal it.
Chain it to something. Chain it to one of your other cars. I don't have it at your dad's place.
Because they rented out the shop to a bunch of one guy does detailing, one guy does window tint, and one guy does windshields.
But there's no room there?
No, they completely filled the shop with all their stuff.
Well, not in the shop. Tarp it outside.
A brand new side by side, and I'm gonna tarp it outside.
I never said it was brand new.
Well, I'm not gonna go buy someone's beat to shit side by side.
Why not? You gonna beat the shit?
That's my other worry about buying a side by side or an ATV used, would be that it would just be. Pretty much, I've been looking at the farm auction ones because that's where you're gonna find one that hasn't really been beat. You kind of hope. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it hasn't been beat off road. Is what I'm saying.
Kind of been looking at the farm auction ones because, they haven't been beat to shit.
It beat to shit in a different way. Hey, Shrek, how's it going? Jesse, I'd store it down there, but yeah, it's a 3-hour drive, and it's not 3 hours in the direction I want to head to use it. That's what I'm thinking, Drew. Oh, missed out on a few here. Oh, David, I had to carry a milk crate so my fiance could get my CJ. the milk crate was nice because you just tie a string to it and then you don't have to go back out and pick it back up.
That's like my
Oh,
my my parking brake in my off-road rig.
Does your
I tie
parking
a
brake have
string to it.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yeah, and I get in the truck and I reach around and I grab the rope and I pull it and I throw it in the bed and I take off. And then when I get where I'm going, shut it off, leave it in gear, hop out, grab my parking brake, stick it under the tire, and I'm good to go.
Oh, so I got a similar,
Yeah.
I got a related story to that. One day, first year I had the CJ, I went out for breakfast in a to this one town. It's on the, I think it's on the Nith River. It's Wellesley, Ontario, and the restaurant's right on the river. It was originally, I want to say it was originally a like a mill house, and if it wasn't, it pretty much would have been the same spot, right? So what I had did was think, okay, I'm parking this Jeep on a hill. I better put the parking brake down another click than I normally do, because it had a manual release. The new ones obviously you push it too far, it releases. I'm thinking, oh yeah, we'll just push this thing one click farther. um, so I'm sitting there
Someone
making my
broke a
order.
cable.
I'm sitting there making my order, and some lady comes running in from outside. She's like, "Is that your Jeep?" I'm like, "Yeah." I turn around. I'm like, "Oh fuck!" And this thing's just rolling down the hill towards the river. It runs over, those big like traffic barrels that are like orange and black. That they,
Yeah.
yeah. It completely flattened one of those and stopped it. Like it ran one over. It had jammed itself up under the front axle, and the rubber on the bottom forced it to stop. Because it was just doing a slow roll.
Yeah, those are
Because
pretty rugged.
yeah. Well, it was doing a slow roll because the parking brake was still partially on, but pushing it down too far had kind of backed it off a little bit, if that makes sense.
It
Like,
stretched something.
yeah, I stretched I think I stretched the cable. But yeah.
Let's see. So I had a friend of mine that he broke the shifter cable in his Chevy. So you go anywhere, he got in his truck, started up, and he had his brake board. And it was a piece of wood that he jammed between the seat and the
Brake
brake pedal, would crawl underneath, shift the transmission into retreat, hop in it, pull the brake board out, back out, then have to jam the board back in. So the truck was running and in gear, crawl underneath it, and then
Oh.
slam it in the drive, get back in, pull the board out.
Nope.
Yeah.
Safety
he drove
third.
that for like 6 weeks like that.
Safety third.
No thanks.
That's not even safety. Safety third would have been having somebody inside the cab. That's like. That's not...
like I'm a fucking idiot.
So he drove it for like that for 6 weeks because he was shipping out in the Marine.
Then he had a fatal
need I say
accident and
more?
died.
No.
He died from consuming too many crayons.
Oh, God.
He got other than honorable discharge for other things he did while an enlisted man, but I won't
Oh
go
man,
into-
he tried eating markers.
Did these other than honorable discharge reasons involve a stripper?
No, it involved an MP.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Was she
God.
hot?
I don't think it was a chick.
no. Let's put it this way: belligerent drunk guy that I know started running his mouth so hard that this MP beat him so badly that he had to get facial reconstructive surgery, and then he's got booted out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you don't get a pick off of MP. Doesn't even matter if you're in the right.
Well, yeah, you don't go into a very large military backwoods hick, get drunk, and then call a fellow that might be a little bit darker skinned than you a bunch of nasty names. That doesn't fly well.
Oh God.
Yeah, pulled that card. And granted, this was like 7 or 8 years ago, so before everything was like wicked, hot topic, but it was still obviously like not good. Because now he would have been plastered all over the fucking news and freaking everything else.
Yeah,
But
that video would have been on YouTube.
Yeah, no, he ran his mouth pretty hard and he paid the price for it.
Oh man. That
As
was.
he should have. Jackass.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb on his part.
Yeah, he came back and we all kicked his ass over it again.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This was the greatest thing you had going in your life and you fucked it up. Here you go.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay. Have any of you ever heard of this thing called candy pop?
No.
Well, for us, we get it at Sam's Club, and it's popcorn in a bag that has candy on it with chocolate. I have one that's Snickers. It's okay, but the M&M, like the regular M&M ones, are so good.
Oh yeah.
It's a problem. It's
They
actually
were
a problem.
making. They were making, I think, popcorn M&Ms at one point, or am I thinking the pretzel ones? Either way, they were pretty good.
Yeah, it's called candy pop. I've had the Twix one. Twix one's all right. Peanut M&Ms is absolutely trash. Don't do it. Snickers is okay, but the M&M ones are amazing.
So here we have Colonel's popcorn, and you can get it covered. You can get like candy coating on the popcorn. It's like various colors. It's pretty much just like dyed sugar water. I'm pretty sure it's pretty nasty as an adult, but as a kid, you lived for that. And Drew, the biggest problem is that people are trying to sell 20-plus-year-old quads for the price of about 3/4 of the price of a brand new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
That's
that's what I'm dealing with right now, and
That's why I said screw it. When I go get mine, I'm just gonna go get what I want and brand new with warranty and
yeah.
go for it. Because truly, at the end of the day, the new ones, I think, your top of the line, well, at least for what I'm looking at, utility quad is like, you can, the top of the top with all the extras somewhere around like 13, I think.
Yeah, it is around that.
But yeah, you don't need all those
Like,
fancy shit to have fun.
Can you if I went out and bought a brand new Polaris 450, like as basic as I could I take that off-roading, or are they solid rear axle?
I think they're solid, but
You
If
can't
you gotta-
take a rear axle off road.
you can, but they're not great.
The only time I find independent suspension to be appropriate is on an ATV.
I know a lot of those other. I haven't
would-
done a lot of research on the other quad brands, but I know a lot of them are still belt driven, if I remember right. And the Hondas are gear driven.
What did you buy, Drew, for a quad?
Huh?
Oh, Drew's talking about quads here.
Oh.
Gotta make sure with those Hondas you don't buy a two-wheel drive though.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get the 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, I was just gonna buy the most basic thing I can, slap a winch on it, call it a day.
Just buy a Gator with all the options. It's only about $60,000.
Are you serious? They're too wide.
I actually think it's
You can't get a Gator in the back of a pickup very easily.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at that's why I'm looking at like the 450, because you can literally slap in the back of my truck and close the. It should be able to close the box.
yes, I'm serious, but like absolutely, they're
that's not.
they're even more for that sometimes. Well, the with all the options, it's literally like a truck.
Oh yeah, like you can get side by sides with all kinds of like wipers and radios and stuff.
I wouldn't get a Deere fucking side by side.
Nope.
Jesse,
For utility.
you got any advice for buying an ATV that was built 20 years ago that's not $5,000 to $6,000? Like I find that a little bit ridiculous if I can go out and buy a brand new Polaris 450 for like $8,000 taxes in.
Like if I were to go get a utility side by side, honestly, it'd be Kubota with their diesel engine.
It's awful. The hydrostatic ones.
Good idea,
I
Jesse.
always thought they were heavy and slow.
Not the hydrostat ones. There's those. Well, no, I guess they're not
I think the
hydrostat.
hydrostatic. The old ones were at
The one that I drove wasn't hydrostatic.
Oh.
Hey, Cody.
And
the
farm.
Oh, go ahead.
The farm that I worked on had 4 of them, I think. and they ran pretty good. They did 45 mile an hour down the road.
No shit. That's moving.
Yeah.
Cody, the things you can plant in the winter on this map are wheat, rye, and triticale. Other maps allow you to plant, or other seasons geos allow you to plant oats and barley in the winter, over the winter as well. But from what I understand, winter oats are not a thing. And then winter barley, I realized after I made the map, is a thing. I don't know, Mark, if you want to pipe in on that. Can you plant oats in the fall?
So around here, which is south of Mercer County, they do plant winter oats, but it's used as only a cover crop. They never harvest it.
That's what I.
They
Yeah.
don't even chop it or anything.
Well, they might chop it. I don't know. Anyone that's chopping usually uses triticale.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
anytime that we've done winter oats, it's been literally as a cover crop that you till in for extra fertilizer.
I'm going to the wrong field here. My fields are over here. That makes sense. When you guys plant it as a cover crop, you guys just buy it like right out of a bin, right? You don't even get it cleaned. Or is like I was Kyle Meyer over in Speppy's Discord was telling me that that's what they do when they do rye for cover crop. They just buy it right out of
That makes
someone's bin.
sense. I mean, we don't have bins around here of it because no one actually. So we gotta buy it bagged anyway.
But it's uncleaned, right?
It's clean.
Not if it's
Oh,
in
it
a
is?
bag.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so-
I guess you're not gonna bag unclean.
With it. Yeah.
If you're in a part of the country that has, people actively harvesting and all that, oh yeah, it makes a hell of a lot of sense to just buy like raw grain seed. And just run that. That'd be fine. But we don't have that option.
You can't even.
Can't believe you convinced me to drive this thing across the map, Cattle.
I did not say
You asked
anything to
me.
you.
You asked me if I drive this thing between the farms. I use it to
Yeah,
go
I
across,
said
but
you
it's too slow. I really need to get one of the more modern ones. It's
Yeah,
good for
I don't-
utility though. The bed size of this thing's much larger than the other ones.
Yeah.
Well,
That's all I like
it's
about the Kubota beds. On their side by sides, they make good. They're
still
good.
growing.
I'd
Alright,
take one of
so-
those over a Gator.
Yeah, this should be ready for next stream, but won't be ready today.
I'm just not a fan of the belt driven shit.
Wait, Tyson, did you say that you want one that you can put in the bed of your truck?
Yeah, there's a guy at work trying to sell me his Honda 400 or 450. It's manual, like it's like he calls it a semi-automatic because like you don't have to press a clutch, but you have to manually select what gear you're in.
Yeah.
And it's a 98. He wants $4,000 for it. It's gonna come with. He's got the factory service manual and a whole bunch of other stuff. Winch, uh, the racks on the front and back, cover, a bunch of other stuff. But the problem is it's a 98, and that seems just a little too old.
It's Honda product. Honda product lasts forever.
Yeah.
Have you ever ridden a four-wheeler into the bed of your truck?
No. I've only ever rode a quad once.
Okay. That's everyone that gets a quad the first couple times, like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna put it in the bed of my truck all the time, and you find out how badly it sucks. A little trailer is the bomb way to do it. Although, I mean, I always have lifted shit, so it sucks.
Yeah.
But I put a Polaris on top of me one morning. I was mildly to heavily hungover when I did it, while trying to load my four-wheeler up. Yeah, I was using wooden ramps, not nice aluminum ones, because those are huge fucking money. And the wooden ramp gave out, and I rolled the four-wheeler on top of me. Yeah, that wasn't fun.
Oh fuck. Yeah. See the other.
Just be warned that whole putting your four-wheeler in the bed thing isn't quite as easy with a big, heavy four-wheel drive quad.
Okay, but I now.
It's done here. 4, 5, 6 people do it here all the time.
It's very common. He's not
It
disagreeing
is.
with that, but he's saying it's dangerous. And
It just sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Now, if the quad is like that semi-automatic, where it's like it's got like I think it's a centrifugal clutch. Could I not just tap the throttle just walking beside it.
Probably could.
Whereas with a CVT, I'm assuming you have to be on it.
Yeah, you'd pretty much need to be on it.
Yeah. That's what I.
Back along.
That's another thing, Jesse. Jesse said back your truck up to a ditch and just ride the quad off the road into the truck.
Yep. No, if you have a good
That
ditch
works,
to
too.
ride into, that works really well, actually.
Question is, do you have a ditch where you're going?
Exactly.
Probably just borrow my
For
dad's
years-
trailer.
For years,
Or-
I had a
For
two-wheel
you,
drive
a
quad.
trailer would be great, Tyson. For what you're wanting to do.
Even if you went and bought like a cheap old horse trailer,
Cheap old horse trailer. A cheap horse trailer?
This doesn't exist.
Yeah.
not
No, my dad has
necessarily
a tiny trailer. It's
not
like a.
necessarily a horse trailer, but like covered.
You can go to
know,
Tractor Supply, buy their $500 special, and bolt it together in your driveway for cheaper than you can
My
buy
dad
a
has one where
horse
you pull a
trailer.
lever and
That
it dumps
depends where you're at.
the trailer pivots on an axle, like an old sled trailer, but it's not a sled trailer. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
I
got
get
one of
you.
those. Yeah, Jesse. The problem is, if you go off-roading on one of like the actual trails, you're not gonna find a ditch somewhere nearby that someone is gonna be pleased with using, though.
Yep. Vomit off in front of someone's house.
But I guess if I just spent my time just driving my quad down to Jesse, it's a lot closer than anywhere I'd go, anyways.
But so years ago, I had a two-wheel drive quad, and that was the easiest thing, where you'd take and lock the brake, stand it on the rear grab bar, walk it over to the tailgate, set the front tires on the tailgate, squat, pick up the back, and I could set it in the bed of my truck. It was about 20 seconds in and out. And oh, it's two-wheel drive. It's not a big four-wheel drive. You couldn't get it stuck because it was so light. If you did get it stuck, it was like hop off, pick up the back end, and throw it.
So what is the?
We trail rode. We rode some pretty nasty shit, even with two-wheel drives. But
What's this thing weigh? 573 pounds. Yeah, that ain't getting lifted onto the bed of my truck. Maybe two people.
Yeah, a foreman you're not lifting.
Are they
Well,
any
then I'm
good
looking
off
at
road?
it.
Like I imagine, they're designed as utility quads. Is my biggest worry. That's the other
They're
thing.
not.
like-
It's not gonna be as fun as a play quad would be. You know,
Yeah.
being that it's utilitarian, but
At least you're getting into it for a lower price then.
yeah. See, what I'm getting is a utility quad because it's gonna be used to work, but I'm also gonna use it to go putt around up in the woods and fuck
Yeah.
around. So
See, what I really want is a Polaris Explorer 400 two-stroke. I
No,
love
you
the way
don't.
those things sound, but apparently they're unreliable as hell. Like
that was
you're
my
looking at
Polaris.
like
I had a 250.
you have what?
I had a Polaris Explorer 250, and man, those were piles of shit.
Really?
Chain drive rear, shaft drive front.
Huh.
chain drive.
Chain drive rear, shaft driven front. I don't know if the 400s were exactly the same way, but I know those 250s were.
Yeah, it probably.
It was 250 two-stroke.
Yeah, the only quad I ever drove was a Polaris Explorer 300, I think it might have been. And I had a blast on that thing, and I love the way it sounds.
Yeah, they're neat.
But
Mine,
yeah,
so those Polaris of that era have electric front hubs for the four-wheel drive switch.
oh no.
And when I had mine, I put a plow on the front of it. I was gonna plow I had a tiny little driveway at the house I was renting. First snowstorm comes, it go out, hop on it, fires right up, push snow like a bastard, pick up the snowplow, go and retreat. Fucking four-wheel drive wouldn't engage and retreat. So all the weights on the front tires can have the plow up, and it won't move. And I didn't have really a place to work on it. Yeah, that wouldn't really count. But
All right,
yeah,
I guess
the
I'll
electronic.
skip out on the idea of owning one of those then.
I mean, maybe I just had a bad
No.
experience with one.
The only time I ever got to the only reason I drove this one was because my dad spent so much time fixing it, and the guy wanted to make sure it was working right.
Well, if
And
your father spent a bunch of time fixing it, that doesn't give it.
well, it wasn't his though. It was the guy, some guy he knew. He said he wanted to make sure before he picked it up and drove it like hours away that it actually ran and drove. So he said dried the shit out of it, right? Because it
Right.
was I can't remember what all he did to it, but he was in the shop for like a week. So I
They're
got to drive.
simple enough to work on.
What?
They're simple enough to work on. I give
Yeah,
them that.
they are, and like that's. I mean, when I say it was in the shop for a week, I mean that he maybe spent a couple hours on it, but
Right.
because it's not his day job to fix quads. But it was a fun experience, and I wanted to buy one, but they were always out of my price range until I sold my CJ.
So right now we've got a Suzuki King Quad. I think it's 450. It's the wife's father's, but he's kind of giving it to us. This thing looks like post-apocalyptic, beat to death. It's not even 10 years old. It's probably 7 or 8 years old, and it's all wadded up. Everything on it's bent. It
Oh,
still runs like a champ. They have done nothing but change the oil in it and keep up with the fluids. I gotta give that thing some credit. It is a hammered piece of dog shit, and it mechanically is awesome.
that's hilarious. So what are you gonna do with it now then?
We got it up here. I put tires on it this winter because the tires wouldn't hold air. We rip around a little bit with it, use it for dumb stuff. Every bushing in it is wallowed out, and it's like, huh. Well, I can spend $100 in bushings and probably a week of my time change. But I'm kind of not worried about it. We got a couple trails here. I don't really use it.
That's a pretty good deal,
But
Jesse. See, I think the biggest thing is I want something that's like dirt cheap, kind of. That like I want something around 2-3 grand. Cause like if I don't know, if I was gonna spend 5K, I'd just go out and buy it. I'd just take it one step
New
further
one.
and buy a new. Yeah, exactly. I can't justify spending that kind of money on a used ATV. I'd rather buy. I want something that's either older and cheap. Like I don't understand why ATVs have so much value, but you can go out and buy like a sled from like the 90s for like $200. I guess because you can only ride a sled like 2 days out of the year in Ontario. But that's just me. But,
the sleds suck when they don't run right because the time of year you're on them.
yeah, that makes sense. Wait,
I hate snowmobiles. I love them, but I hate them.
I was supposed to put silage corn in. Oh, I already did that. Didn't exactly do a whole lot of it. I was hoping I'd get some double cropped into something, but nothing seems to be growing. Because I got until the end of this.
Got that bastard.
It's getting a pretty miserable year for growing silage corn if I only planted one little field. Hey,
a nice
Midnight Frost,
drizzle.
how's it going? Alright, yeah, so the grass made its first growth stage. So we gotta go through an entire 3 more days before I can even mow grass. Isn't a scrambler only 2-wheel drive though?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'd definitely bury a 2-wheel drive quad to the handlebars.
That's what the winch is for.
Do they make winches? Like, because the scrambler style doesn't really have a spot to put it. Do they
Oh
make?
hell, you can find a spot to mount it.
What was the original? What were those things that came before the Explorer? So there was one for sale at an auction. It's like the '90s one. I'm trying to remember. It was like the. Hold on. 19. Trail Boss, I think. Somebody had one of these at an auction, and the this is what I almost bought this at one of these at an auction, but it went to like 4 grand. The thing was clapped. They had their winch on the utility bars there.
Can't be scared.
What are you doing? What are you doing on Mercer right now, Midnight Frost? Yeah, I am pretty much. I am pretty screwed, Jesse. There's a Polaris Magnum going up for auction on high bid, and I'm gonna try and get that. Because I assume those are slightly better than the Explorer. It was the 4-stroke replacement for the Explorer. Let's skip to the next day, though. We don't have a whole lot going on here again. Just another slow day on the. I wish there was more to do in the game sometimes. Like right now, I'd almost want to say set up like beehives or something just for something just to kill time.
There needs to be some Dead Space stuff to do in that game.
Well, there is a beehive mod through Global Company.
See you, bear.
All right.
Spend more time working shit.
Well, I think that was the thing. Was a lot of the stuff that I would be working in the fields right now was I leased the fields and they already had winter crops in them. But at least I'm in the positive now.
I'll give it 5 days.
Yeah, it's not looking too
Give
good
it
right now.
5. Give it 5 days. Someone will give him a new manure spreader, and he'll say, "Ooh, I gotta buy it," and go in debt again.
I never bought any of those. They were all leases.
Okay, well, you spent a ton of money on them.
Same difference.
All right, well, joke's
You
on
spent
you.
money you didn't have.
I had the money.
And you had it in long enough to put you in debt.
All right, grass.
Joke's not on me. My dairy's operating with money.
What?
What dairy is operating with money?
The ones in Ontario are.
Operating with money, and my dairy's set up harder than yours is.
Dude, Jesse, I saw one of those John Deere bucks for sale at the auction. It went to $7,000. It was nuts. I'm like, those things are not worth that much. They're hard to find parts for. I always wanted one of those, but I've always been told you can never find the John Deere specific parts for them. So if you ever rolled it, your thing's gonna look half Bombardier, half John Deere. Oh yeah, just go on high bid every once in a while and see what the ATVs are going for. I'm pretty sure I'm not getting that Polaris Magnum either.
Cabe, do you have the Hunter?
No.
Oh, fuck you.
What? Why don't you have the Hunter?
You should get it because it's free and then come hunting.
It's a trap. It's free to play, but you're not gonna have any fun until you spend some money on it.
Go figure.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm having a great time.
Reminded me of a woman I once knew.
How big of a farm are you running, Midnight Frost? Nothing more unsafe than running in the loft. Alright.
Then I remember all the hours it took for you to get those bales right.
Oh, once I figured it out, though.
And they're still not right.
What do you mean they're not right?
They weren't the way you wanted them.
Well, no, but like you kind of gotta send it. Like, I wanted it so that you could realistically like drag the bales. Oh, Mark must have lost connection again. I wanted it so like in real life you could keep adding bales because here's your door, right? You need to keep walking them across and taking them over here, whatnot. Like if this is completely full, they will fill all the way up over here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've stocked plenty of fucking barns like that, and it's a pain in the dick.
Logan, that's pretty rough, man. I know a guy I went to elementary school with fell out of his hayloft and landed on his face, smashed his nose in real good. That's pretty much the same size I'm running Midnight Frost, but well I'm milking 110, but then I got calves and some heifers.
That's the biggest dairy you've ever ran.
No, remember the one in Midwest for 500 cows?
That was 500 cows?
Yeah, that was 500 cows. But
You still use the same equipment you're using now.
Yep.
Wait, do you have any thing with GPS?
Nope. I had everything had GPS back then.
No, it didn't.
Most
You
of
never
it.
used it.
Yeah, I did. I used it all the time.
On your 8400 or whatever it was, you never used that shit. That one didn't even have anything.
I thought I did. Either way, I'm debating whether I want to, if I should sell some of my heifers or what, because I'm running out of time to get a bigger farm.
Cattle,
Other
which one of these games did you buy? Did you
It's
get,
free.
or are
It's
you
called
playing?
Hunter Classic.
The classic.
Hunter
Nice.
Classic. It's the free version.
2 hours 50. No.
I guess I say I need to cash crop my hay this year, but I think I need to put it in round bales and get ready to move it to another farm.
Yeah, if you're gonna have your cattle, if you're gonna not sell your cattle, I wouldn't sell your heifers. I'd cull out some of your old cows.
Well, see, the way seasons works, and Anhack, who backed me up on this, is the older the cow, the more efficient it is with milking.
Really?
Yeah, up to 10 years.
Technically, yes.
I didn't know that was seasons.
Yeah,
well,
there's-
okay, so seasons does things based on weight. Almost everything in seasons is based on weight. So a cow's peak worth though is generally around a year and a half to 2 years.
600-700 pounds.
Yeah, so well, it's about 900 to 1,000 depending on the breed.
Yeah.
But and then past that, with the way seasons is designed, the cow is actually they'll eat more and stuff because they do everything based on their weight. So they'll eat a little bit more, but they'll produce a little bit more too. So actually, it's best to sell your cows that you're going to sell at that 1.5 year mark, roughly.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna load up some heifers and sell them then, and then I'll just use the money towards new cows then.
But you could.
Cause see, I'm expanding the farm. That's what you're not taking into account. That's what I'm trying to decide if I wanna.
Yeah, I wouldn't even sell it. I would just sell your steers and move on with it.
Yeah, I think if I wasn't expanding, I think you're right to.
Yeah, if you were just planning on staying the size, I would do. If you're just trying to make money, you just sell your 1.5 roughly.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure if I sold all of those cows over there, I'd be worth at least 120 grand. Yeah, I can milk them up at the other farm, Jesse, but I wanted to keep the heifers separate, mostly for realism, but also because I feed them a different set of stuff. Even though, because everything is based on weight, that actually makes them inefficient in the long run.
Because they're eating less, they gain less weight, and because they gain less weight, they're milk less, and they can produce less litter. But they actually will eat less when they're older, so I guess there's that too.
Yeah, because the milk production is also based on age as well. There's a bonus for every year.
Is there?
I think so. The way it worked, the way the spreadsheet was looking. Have you seen that big spreadsheet that it shows you all, how everything works out?
Not. I guess not.
Yeah, year over year, your cow's milk production increases by a percentage too, by the looks of it. I'll have to look at it again to make sure I'm reading it right.
There's a way that they're counterbalancing. Maybe you should cull your older cows, and it's actually reducing it. I don't know. I have not a clue.
I'm hunting for Kangaroo Jack. Shoot him in the face.
What? I bet that is pretty
Where he
handy,
at?
Midnight Frost. I think that's going to be the farm I expand to. It's either that one or the one with all the silos on it. All I know is I want a much larger setup to kind of consolidate things onto. Ideally, I'd like to actually sell this one.
If you wanted to sell this one,
All right,
specifically
Jackson.
this.
Thanks for tuning in, man.
I guess it depends on if you want to move your heifers too. Because if you want to move your heifers, then you could sell both of them and move to the one with the silo.
That would
That
make a
makes
lot more
sense.
sense.
But if you wanted to keep the heifer farm, then you just sell the one.
Not particularly. Wait, are you leaving too, Jesse, or are you just saying see you at a Hamburglar? Well, see, before I can expand too, I need to get larger equipment because I'm gonna need to. Well, even now I'm running more acres than this 4440 can really take.
How
okay,
many
that's
acres?
what I thought. How many acres? At least. let's add it up here. I bet you this is telling me all in hectares. All right, you're doing the conversion on this. I'll add it all up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you volunteered, so we get. I'll give you
No,
a
I
total.
didn't. I asked you.
All right,
okay?
so we got 564, 1.83. It's not even 243 workable. We're gonna put it in 243. 9.71. 6.71.
You got
4.09.
more land than I.
Really?
Yeah.
Most of it's leased though.
But you have crash crop. I don't.
Well, if I didn't have cash crop, I wouldn't be able to support myself just on the milk production.
You can be struggling like me.
Okay, that's definitely not 1.04 acres workable, but we're gonna run with that. And then, okay, so, oh wait. 49.99, so we'll round it up to 50 hectares. For 50 hectares to acres.
125.
Yeah, 120.
In a
123.
44, and you say your 4440 can't handle 100.
Yeah,
Really?
I was wrong.
My 65's doing 130 right now.
Yeah, okay. I guess
Oh, sorry, and my backhoe.
7710 cannot keep up with my roughly 90 acres.
How?
There goes the fucking kangaroo. I fucking saw him.
I also play on 5 times speed, so.
Well, when I get okay, did I must have.
Which is why I have that 430 for my tillage and all that stuff.
Okay, I need to get some larger bales for straw because this is getting a little ridiculous. The amount I have to haul over to this calf pen. I was actually gonna make like a little auto load one that just for the calf area. It's just like a little open face shed. You can stack bales in it with auto load. That way you don't have to pull, yeah, so you don't have to pull them out of the barn. Like
that little shed off of Lone Oak that has no use.
Yeah, exactly that actually. That would work perfect. I'd have
You
to paint.
stack 50 bales or something in it and call it good.
Well, it beats having to constantly pull them out of here, but I guess it would have made more sense if I would have added more spots to throw off the bales from here too.
Where you at, you damn kangaroo?
Oh my
I'm
god.
hiding.
We'll put a damn 30-06 between your eyes. There ain't gonna be nothing left of your head by the time I'm done.
Very nice cattle.
Yeah, it's not
It's either
very
that
nice.
or buckshot to the gut.
Oh
No,
my god.
he ran away.
Do they even hunt kangaroo in Australia? I thought that's like their national animal.
Kangaroos are like fucking antelope, dude. They're everywhere and they're annoying as fuck.
Yeah, I think they're actually registered as a pest.
Really?
Yeah.
Why does everybody
Yeah.
They fuck
associate
like
them with
rabbits and
Australia?
they run like fucking cheetahs.
They fuck like rabbits and run like cheetahs.
Dude, okay, so, Sask Dutch Kid, the YouTuber, his sister and his mom actually run a rabbit business as well.
Mm-hmm.
And holy cow, why are we not in the business of rabbits?
What are they? Are they trying to
Nobody
make
wants
them
to eat
meat,
a
or are
rabbit.
they for pets?
Them as pets, and woo! We need to be in the business of rabbits, folk.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
knows? I might be looking for a new
So-
job after this next
What's the
voting session.
deal with that, Jesse? I've always heard that. I've seen it. It's called the Emu War. But how does the Australian Army? I literally saw pictures of them using machine guns in the Emu Wars. How did they lose to emus?
Them are some scary motherfuckers.
It's a bird.
I ain't getting close to one of them. Oh hell no. Them and llamas. They can run the world.
Okay, so The Emu War, also known as the Great Emu War, was a nuisance wildlife management military operation undertaken by Australia in the later parts of 1932 to address the public concern of overnumbers of emus said to be running amok.
A muck.
What
Not a
in the
mock.
heck?
Well,
A
not
muck.
just
Whatever.
that. Not just that, Jesse. The people died during the Emu Wars.
On both sides.
So, according to this, while some of the birds were killed, the population was still increasing and continued to destroy cropland.
Oh my god, dude.
Where are you, Kangaroo Jack? I'm about to put a bullet in you.
Why do you keep calling him
Oh,
Kangaroo
there you are.
Jack?
Huh?
Why do you keep calling it Kangaroo Jack?
You ain't never seen the fucking movie, you motherfucker?
I have not.
Gosh. How have you not seen that movie?
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch. Is that a video or is it? Either way, that's. I'm gonna have to check that out, Jesse. That's. Okay, so we gotta bring
So
in.
apparently they killed almost 60,000 emus in a period of 6 months. And it's still considered a loss. What? How many emus were running amok?
Apparently too many. Oh man, it's about time to start using milk instead of milk replacer because this is getting.
I got him! I fucking got him! Oh, there's a scorpion on the ground. That's cool. Can I shoot it?
I have something to tell you, Tyson.
Yep.
I did the math. Stop using milk replacer.
Is it really not cheaper?
Yeah, it's cheaper to use regular milk.
It is in real life though, isn't it?
In real life,
yeah.
I doubt it. I
Yeah,
don't
One of
know.
those bags, right there, $75.
Yeah, it's not cheaper. It's just more. It's healthier for the calf, or something like that. Somebody could else.
To run that shit?
So, maybe
I
Mark
don't
can
know.
explain the
It's
difference.
that your water's still costly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can change that.
Yeah, just make it where you have an endpoint for water. And voila. Now it's cheaper to run milk replacer.
Kangaroos are weird, man.
Okay, why can I not get this thing?
Dude, one kangaroo made me $94.
Okay, so Elon Musk tweeted 30 minutes ago that he's hosting SNL on May 8th. So I guess we all have to watch SNL again.
Did I break the milk replacer barrel? There are hundreds of thousands of emus. That does sound terrifying, actually. So it appears that I've broken the milk replacer barrel.
It's full of milk replacer.
Yeah, but I can't get it to. Was it full?
Yeah, it's full.
No, it's not. Oh, I'm dumb. You're right. Don't know how to use my own mod. Embarrassing.
One dead kangaroo down, 50 more to go.
Are you doing one of those missions?
No. I didn't know there was missions.
Yeah, you you kill so many of a certain thing, you get more GMs.
No, I'm literally just walking around Australia just shooting whatever comes in sight.
I feel like that happened, and now they can't own guns there anymore.
Huh?
Never mind.
You
That went way
feel
over
like
your
that's what happened in Australia, and
That-
now they don't own guns anymore?
head. No, it flew right over your head. I figured you would have got that one, but
Well, it flew over my head and I couldn't shoot it, so... Fuck.
Who
Oh,
would have guessed?
fucking hog. I'm gonna shoot him in the ass. Where's he at?
I'm pretty sure Midnight just. That's not very nice, Midnight.
I don't even know what he's. I already
You're
forgot what
picky,
he's
picky,
referring
picky.
to. I'm trying to slow these cows down. Somebody told me how to do it.
Change time.
Yeah,
Scale.
yeah, and then they should slow down, but eventually. Hey, Brucker.
What's up, nerds?
No, not much. Just sitting here playing on Mercer, doing chores until day 1 of summer, so I can actually do something.
What? Finally use your sprayer that's been sitting in there for the last 8 videos?
Doesn't have a reason to use sprayer.
Yeah, I still.
It's
I
too
don't.
This
much
is true.
manure.
I should sell that next.
Do you even have weeds turned on?
Oh, you know why they don't work very well?
Change scale.
There. Next year's problem.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That's
What?
that for 1 year, and I regretted everything.
What'd you set it to?
50.
50?
Set it to 50, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to spray my field because I want to see what it looks like. I might as well not had seasons on because it was a solid pink.
Oh my god. I know you're joking, Midnight Frost. So, what does 100 do then?
I think there's a difference.
I'm gonna set it to 30.
Yeah, you up it a bit because
Set
30.
it to
Like if you
100.
think of 30 is like 150% more, right?
Wait a minute. Did setting that to 30 right now put all these weeds in here, or were they here just a second ago?
No, they just showed up.
Probably because we set it to 50 in that half second. It was like, go, 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 go.
Yeah. Well, it looks like any oat field I've ever seen, so we're just gonna lead those there.
I mean, that is true. There always is something in an oat field.
Nobody wants to
Usually,
waste the money spraying an oat field.
It's not worth it.
Guess who's spraying? Not
Now you're gonna have to go buy a set of saddle tanks.
I
Wait a
got a
minute.
hog, and he's
Wait
dead.
a minute.
And I shot him.
Oh, it's probably the corn's probably way too high to cultivate it.
Yeah. You want to cultivate first stage. That's the. Actually, even technically speaking, the first stage it is more developed than it should be when you cultivate. But
Oh yeah. Well, we're see, I have a rotary hoe, but the problem is, what am I
take
gonna
that
run?
down to cornfield. Let's do it.
I do have something I want to run through here.
The problem with weeders is it doesn't kill a fully grown weed at all. And the way seasons weeds work, it's like really hard to catch them when they're not fully grown.
Yep. Though you can adjust the weeder so it can take out fully grown weeds.
Really?
What?
Let me rent one here, and I will confirm that for you. Actually, I should save my game.
Do you have an actual cultivator?
You bet. Yes, I have 2 of them.
There's a.
Oh, you get them 3.1s.
There's a good
There's
one on
some
the.
Mod Hub.
Yeah, there's a good one in the mod hub too. Did my game just freeze?
Wait,
There's a-
it is?
Yeah, I think there's 5, 7, and 9 row in a pack.
Is this? I was talking about there's a Kong skilled one that's only it's a 6 row. But I have Western Iowa did these up for me. We're gonna
Oh, them yellow ones?
Yeah, Landall. Where are the weeders? So I have
Them-
Rooster Acid Testers
you
rotary
literally
hoes.
keep... Jesus, Tyson, you keep going past it.
I thought I had an 8 row one. I think it. Wait, I do have an 8 row one. This one's 8 row. It's just got
Yeah,
a
you
model
used it in one of your... You used it when you were first showing me that 4440.
Yep.
Man, Landau made those things?
Yep.
Mhm.
I think Landau bought another company. That's why they're yellow.
Okay. Well, that don't
So
look right.
what
That
is
ain't,
coming to?
that ain't the right color.
I can paint it John Deere green if you want.
No. That's even worse.
First time using this
No.
4440 in this entire stream. See, I can use this to
Yeah,
put
'cause I-
nitrogen down as well, but there's no point because I've oversaturated that soil.
So there is a 6 row corn one that's blue called the Carry EcoNet on the Mod Hub. And there's one that has multiple sizes called the Kong Skleed Vibro Crop.
That
Kong skilled.
Yeah, those
Kong skilled.
they were really popular
Kong's
for plows here in Ontario at one point.
Like, it actually looks like a cultivator, like that, like the one he's got?
Yep, that's what it is.
Or it's not the Euro version that... what they think a cultivator looks like?
I need a yetter
Well,
burner.
it's actually a corn cultivator, yeah.
I thought this Landau was good enough. Kong
Why aren't
Skildy
you
is
pulling-
apparently how it's pronounced.
Why don't you got it on the 40-20?
That's a 30-20, and it would probably flip that thing right over.
Because the nose would be 4 feet in the air the second you drop it in the ground.
Yeah, you,
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
not-
want to do a wheelie all the way
I
across.
like that
I'm
one.
gonna-
I like that one episode that Travis from How Farms Work did with Dwight in it, and he was talking about that how it was struggling with liquid on their 6-row cultivator on their 40-20, and Dwight just laughed.
Okay, I've never done this properly. I've only ever done it for a screenshot, so give me a second. I apologize if I poorly line this up.
Just
Pretty sure we're
judging
gonna
you.
have a
It's
dead
fine.
row. Pretty sure we're gonna have a dead row in this pass.
You're just gonna just do like real life. You'll be tearing one out.
What's my button to lower this thing? Just tearing one out.
Same button to lower it in every other field.
Well, that's what happens if you get a cultivator too close. You will rip the row out that
Oh.
runs right next to it.
I believe it.
Because my dad talked about that happening on a 6-row on a Super M back when he was 8 and his first time running a tractor. Yeah, running a tractor.
Every
was-
row right now.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't rip the weeds out. Oh crap! What a waste of $700. Wait. Oh wait. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Okay, because this one's set up to fertilize. I have to turn it on, but it won't let me turn it on.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
This is comical.
Okay, so this thing only works if I put, if I gotta put fertilizer in it, even if I'm not gonna use it, apparently, because it's set to fertilize. And I'm
It's
fine.
like the roller. The roller. When you
Oh
buy
yeah,
that, you gotta
yeah. That
put-
meant
you gotta
yeah, that
put
meant
fertilizer
Daco
in it.
roller.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
Hell, in that point, you might as well do like Travis does and just put put literally fertilizer tanks on it.
I can do one better. 1 second. Let me go back to the farm.
What use the Orthman and pull a tank behind it,
Oh.
or rent with saddle tanks, like that picture of your 7010 that we did.
That was a badass picture.
The
I-
only
That looked, yeah, because I hooked it up because I was gonna go do it, and you're like, hey, just wait here, and that's when that picture appeared.
All right. Let me rent
The
the
only
saddle
thing
tanks. They're
about
cheap.
needing liquid fertilizer is it might not feel great because of the mods, the soil thing.
Oh, it'll be fine. All right, we're $1,300 into this project now, so now we're.
Yeah, now you got to put the $700 brackets on the tractor too.
Are they $700?
I don't know. I'm guessing it'll probably be like 700 to put them on there.
Plus, I gotta buy liquid fertilizer.
Gotta fly up the map to buy liquid fert.
Oh,
And you don't have a tank to move it around.
oh, I don't think I can go through that much because I put automatic application rate on.
No.
Going high class now.
Getting all official and shit.
Yep. All right, here we go. Put some brackets on this thing. Pretty sure I've
Make it look
actually.
heavy.
Okay. Oh, did I just repaint the tractor by putting the Demco mounts on it? Hell yeah. It's a $5. It's a $5.
Okay, that was way less than I thought it would be.
Yeah, that's some cheap steel. You sure that's gonna stick on there?
Probably $5 for the bolts.
Well, it's held on with bubble gum and baling wire. It'll
No,
stay
no,
on.
no. The brackets were sitting in the fence rows, and you had to go buy new bolts for them.
Oh, they were retrofitted off a 4320
Yeah, there you go.
or a 4240 because that's the next size down.
All the way to
Hold
the
this
north
thing.
of the map.
Yeah, we're going for a
Those
drive,
wish.com
boys.
brackets.
What'd you say?
Yeah, map. Let me know when we're back, guys.
Or he just sticks his tractor on the trailer and pulls it over there.
Did I? I came at it from the wrong side.
Yeah, we were wondering what you were doing.
How can you tell which side's which to attach these?
Well, I would try on the side that I was on in the first place rather than.
That's what I mean. It's just-
I gotta overcomplicate things.
well, it's a stream, of course.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Look at the brackets. They're a foot and a half.
No, I grabbed the wrong tanks.
You got your tanks
Yeah, these are
for
mine.
your 7010.
Yeah.
Okay, well, go buy your other ones first and then sell those. Because otherwise you're going to buy them again.
Oh, no.
Okay, just because you keep attaching them doesn't mean they're going to work.
Yeah, I know. I gotta figure out which one's the right ones. These are the right ones.
I think they're the white ones.
No, the white one. No, because these have the lights on them. These are the right ones. All right, now we're okay. I'm getting a refund of that other set.
Ooh, LED bars.
Did I put those on?
Yes, you did.
No, crap.
You even selected it.
Oh, I was looking at it.
This is fun.
No,
This is fun.
No, I didn't put them on. Okay. This is kind of good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I looked.
This way is
Okay,
front?
so now which one's which?
That's, I don't know.
You could have sold the least one before you bought.
These are the good ones.
Sell them both and buy it again.
Really crappy image of the ones I'm looking for. Okay.
Well,
crappy image. Get rid of those. Get a refund. There.
Well,
now we should be able to. Oop. I don't even know why I have those other ones installed. They don't work on anything anymore. If you can hook 4 tanks together. Yeah, you can go ahead, Midnight Frost. You can join the Discord channel. We're probably almost done here. I'm just waiting on my fiance to come home. Oh.
Yeah, we'll probably just hang out for. Oh Jesus.
Oh, they're on there. Ah, we got them.
Yeah, the tanks are supposed to go on your tractor, not fly through the air.
We better go.
No, he was trying to the front weights.
You know,
I did enjoy.
I would not trust that fucking all that weight hanging out there. That's just.
This is a common thing.
That's how most of those brackets are.
I know,
that's how they did them back in the 70s.
All that weight's just way the hell out there.
I don't have any.
Oh, you mean how far they're sticking out?
Only a matter of time before you start bouncing a bunch out throughout the field, and them fuckers are gonna be.
Well, you just wall the bolts out and break the bolts off, and then you just go back to your old ag chem that were a foot from the sides, and you couldn't get the side screens off to clean them when you were planting. At least that's what my grandpa always told me, was like when he was trying to clean the screens, you'd about have to slide them against the inside of the tank to get them off.
Yeah, because these are actually mounted more forward on these tractors in real life. If it was at least other two-wheel drives, they were mounted all much further forward, were they not? Either way,
I've never seen those style of Demcos on those. The other ones
anything,
I've seen have kind of, they're more turned sideways, like the roll.
Yeah, like you mean like the short portion
like the
and
one
then
that goes
laid over.
On the front of I think it's a 8R or something.
Oh yeah.
So those usually I've seen those hanging off the sides, like flip sideways.
Oh, that's on larger tractors, but you'd never be able to get in the tractor.
The ones that are floating around that have just like the 50-gallon tanks on them and are kind of snug up look pretty nice.
I would like.
I don't know
those,
why you just wouldn't
just
mount it.
What?
I don't know why you just wouldn't mount a tank on your cultivator if you're going to be implementing it in.
Because you wouldn't put the tank on the cultivator if it's a folding one.
Yeah, that it won't fit because it would be right where the rests are on the frame.
Hanging off the ass end.
And you might be using those tanks for multiple jobs rather than just cultivating.
Yeah, a tow behind tank would work too. Most guys, though, if they have a rigid bar, they'll put the tank on each side where the cylinders are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like how
maybe-
farmers work. That's how Travis did. Was he put them right there?
All right, we're gonna go. I'm gonna fill these tanks right up because I want to do another field with this.
Where are you going?
To the what do you call that? The crop protection services.
You realize you went almost twice the length of where you should have gone.
Wait, where's the CPS? Ah, no, you don't want.
It's in the top left, and you went to the top right, and I was like, "Where are you going?"
All right, we're just gonna solve this.
That's just how today's going today.
You're gonna spend a lot more money hitting that button.
Yeah, I probably did.
I know you did. Because I was not in the net positive.
And,
if I
and now,
pressed that button.
and now during tomorrow's stream, where did that pallet of herbicide go? You sold it. Ah, fuck.
Back to the Ontario joke again.
Oh, game froze.
Yes.
All right, there we go.
Best.
If you ever did it, you could do. If you could get that helicopter nose tank to work, that goes on the front of the 8Rs to fit on this, you could do like Werner Farms does on the front of their 4650. Put a nose tank on it and take the weights off.
Hold on. I technically did a very half-assed version of that. Is it this
I
one?
prefer having the extra
both.
gas can on the tank.
Okay, yeah, it's this one here. This little tiny thing. This will fit. All I did was rescale it though, so it looks like ass.
That's one of them things on the front.
That would make more sense.
That's what you should be doing. Just sell what you
that-
got on there and throw those things on there. Now that you're up at the store anyway.
Yeah, well, it's a lease, so I'm stuck with it.
Yeah, I couldn't help but make that Ontario joke earlier because, you know, over in Western Canada here, you know, we like to pick on Ontario.
Wait. Hold on here. I got... Oh, okay, never mind. I was looking at my screen here and I'm thinking, what the hell? I'm like, I didn't receive 2 super chats.
Jesse, I agree. Really, what he needs to do is he needs to put someone else in charge of his funds, and then his farm might be in the net positive.
Oh, the farm's definitely positive.
How much loan do you have out to the
This has
bank?
been an expensive endeavor. Oh, yeah, it's definitely not. We're definitely not in the... Oh, that's gonna be an expensive bill.
Yeah.
It's just a let's slam it into the tanks.
Because you wouldn't just crack both of those and then dump it all back on the ground again.
Alright, let's go test this thing out. Well, you know, worst
As
case...
as he drives the long way back again.
Not the long way, but the
probably
other.
at this point.
Hey, worst case Ontario here. I just reuse these tanks and nitrogen for next year's corn crop.
Yeah, I agree. Just keep the lease on those till they cost you the same price as it would have been to buy them new.
Oh no,
Great idea.
I definitely send them back for the lease and I just reuse the nitrogen, putting tanks in my planter.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to do that eventually next year.
Yep. Jesse,
Hey,
when they
then you could really do it and put the nose tank on the front of the tractor, and then you'd have extra.
There's your...
I need a bigger planter. Who wants to buy my dairy a bigger planter?
Well, is there an 8-row rigid that somebody has that's actually decent?
Row rigid.
We need an 8-row
I wouldn't even have to be rigid. I'd love a good 8-row period.
Well, no, I was also referring to Tyson because, hell, he just needs to get a 1760 or that. I hope LR Modding's planners turn out as good as the screenshots look. Then again, they got to be better than Devo mods.
So yeah, just say get a DB90 for your Dairy.
Yeah, hey, just get the 2004 one. It has no center fill, so it'd look realistic. It's the older version. Wouldn't cost as much.
Just nothing
The
like
big
making 3 passes and
DB90.
painting the entire
What's that? A
map.
36 row?
Yeah, it's a 36 row.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff you'd see around here. If people actually use planters. Half the time
Yeah,
you just see the big Bogart air seeders.
What the fuck's an air? What,
Wait, how
what
do you
the
say
fuck's
it?
A planner?
How do you say that brand? Bogart?
Or Burgo, as I've heard the South
Yeah,
Sask
it's called
farmer here
Bogart.
on YouTube says it. There you go. Every
It's
Canadian says
Bogart.
it differently.
Yeah. I'm over in Alberta, so I just say it the way I feel like.
This is my chunk of Canada. I say it my way. Fuck you otherwise.
Is it a Canadian company? I always thought it was.
Do what?
Burgo, or Burgo, however you say it.
Bogart.
Keep trying.
No,
Just
I'm,
Bogart. Just say Bogart. That's how everybody that I know pronounces it.
I appreciate booger.
Hey, Drew. I started saying it a lot more when they locked the province down. You know, just it's more relevant than ever. We're literally living in worst case Ontario.
I think that Ontario is a lovely place, and the Leafs will win the Stanley Cup.
Okay, that's the biggest lie
I
I've
am
ever heard in
being
my
very
life.
sarcastic.
You see, with me being from Western Canada, if I say anything good about Ontario, it's a lie right away.
Hey, there's some nice places here, but nothing as nice as if you go in the mountains in Alberta. But you know what's not nice?
I'm not in the mountains, I'm in the flatland.
Oh, well, you know what's not nice, though, is fucking Manitoba.
Hey,
And that's the only part of Canada you hear about all the freaking time.
Saskatchewan's just as bad as Manitoba.
True North, Winnipeg.
Dude, isn't Winnipeg like the murder capital of Canada?
You see, Winnipeg has Winnipeg.
They had ice road truckers for a season, so now they're like the biggest thing ever.
Wait, Winnipeg.
That's probably all it is.
Why did Winnipeg?
They were up there, I think, on one of the seasons. I think they were.
They have
ice road
Now they're
truckers.
crushing corn. You know how it goes.
Well, if you'd learn how to line it up before you drive halfway in the field, but
You know what? I'm a rookie. I make rookie mistakes. Okay, let's see if this works.
yeah, I know this is comical. You really need one of them
GPSs?
John Blue little light bars that sit there and just blink at you the whole time and confuse the shit out of you.
Yeah, it does not work. I spent a lot of money on this, and all we're doing is fertilizing fields.
Can't remember how many acres did you say you're running right now?
125.
Oh yeah, but buddy in real life, and with it being Western Canada, he's running 500 acres cash crop.
That's a tiny field, tiny farm. I was gonna say tiny field.
Tiny farm and
I know some people who are actually running like thousands.
I thought most guys out there were. Like that's the impression that I've always got.
Yeah, it kinda. Not necessarily in the area that I am, but if you go in southern Alberta and southern Saskatchewan, they're like 2,000 or 3,000. Because a lot of guys that I see around here, they actually are. A lot of them are animal farmers, and the fields are, they're not the huge mile by mile ones.
Yeah.
As they are in southern, but yeah, they're usually run like almost 4,000 acres.
Tyson, did you buy a thing of fertilizer for this?
Yeah.
yes.
We'll be
You
here
might
all
as well
week.
just go hook your spray. You might as well go empty it, go get another thing of herbicide, and just hook your sprayer up and leave the saddle tanks on and just spray with that.
Yeah, this is.
You wanted to pull that fucker around.
I
This
see
is a
that.
horrendous investment. I think I'm just gonna go for the refund.
No.
You might as well refund it and just put it in and just spray it on.
No refunds.
It would be. Tyson needs refunds. He can't afford anything. Well,
Yeah,
he
this
can,
is-
but
Tyson's a broke fuck.
it's not going to go very well. He's not going to make any money by the end of the season.
You would
And
have
this
a
is the
lot
second
more
year he's
money.
been doing this.
Third,
You
actually.
would have a lot more money if you weren't spending it paying back those loans.
Yeah, I want to know what your loans in your bank to your bank are.
Oh yeah, you want to see that?
287,000.
Not really.
I need some suggestions here.
30,000.
At 285, I would be shocked.
30,000.
Oh,
Tyson,
you actually done pretty good.
whatever field, are you really gonna pull that bitch around that field?
No, I think I'm gonna just send it back. To be honest.
I would send it back and then just run your sprayer. Because otherwise you're going to be there till next week.
Alright, so what's your guys' opinion? Keep my MX240 or trade it in for an 8130?
Trade it in for an E130.
Oh yeah, it's probably just because it's yours. It's just because it's yours isn't why you're saying that, isn't it? It's because it's your 8130.
As long as the 8130 isn't an IVT, trade it. If it's an IVT, fuck it.
I love
Aren't
the
most,
MX
aren't most of the models all
series. But
IVT?
Most of
know.
them are IVT.
I've never ran one. Or
They're
well, I guess I have. I guess the
they have their problems. They're great, but they're not good on a baling tractor.
Jesse and Chaz.
Okay, so now I want to see if this works if I turn off the automatic replication rate and just start dumping nitrogen down.
As you're doing that, I'm watching the tractor just weave.
I know, I'm so fucking mad at this. Okay, let's do it from inside the cab so I don't get to see that. So
You
which
just need to start playing some Benny Hill music while you're going through the field.
There we go. Now let's just okay, so when we come across this weed here, hopefully it rips it out. Hopefully. Alright, yeah, this is a waste of time and a waste of money.
That's all.
Wow.
Folks.
Well, Tyson, that's because you're liquid. That's because you're fertilizing it.
I know I'm fertilizing it. It's supposed to put fertilizer down and weed at the same time.
I think you're counteracting one.
You literally just explained modern farming in a nutshell.
What did I explain?
Waste of money and waste of time.
Oof.
And we still got the same grain prices as we had 40 years ago.
Look at the price of diesel and look at the price of grain.
Well, that's because of a certain individual decided to close down things that are directly benefiting that.
Oh, are you talking about Biden? That piece of shit in office? Yeah, that guy?
Oh god.
But let's not go down that wormhole. Let's not go down
I'll
that
go down that wormhole.
Yeah.
No,
wanna go there?
Not on my stream.
Oh, I don't.
I'll go
No,
there.
not really.
See, it could be. It's actually correlated between two people, but
Yeah, there's a
The Canadian fuck?
We'll
There's
talk
the
about
United
this when
States-
we end
There's
the
the
stream.
United States. There's the United States and a Canadian person as well. But
Yeah, the
we're just
Canadian
gonna.
fuck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I remember
Tyson
that.
talking about
Trust
them.
me, if you drive around out here, almost everybody on their pickup truck has a sticker that says something bad about it. So,
Yeah, I've seen it when the South Cess farmer guy goes driving around and stuff. You could see it, all the bumper stickers when he goes to different, like Princess Auto or whatever. You could see it's like, wow, they really, really don't like him.
I actually
really-
only I live an hour away from Sax Dutch Kid actually. I'm
Oh yeah.
just on the Alberta side of the border instead.
You want to buy rabbits?
It only took you 3 tries to finally get it to return.
I know, right? Well, I'm having a rough time here because on Friday.
This is comical.
On Friday, I pulled the muscle that's like across your chest, that like for your shoulder, at work. And so every once in a while, I lean back in my chair and forget that I did that, and then I go to move my arm, and it's like it feels like my chest is caving in. So it's kind of rough.
And you give yourself a mini panic attack.
Yeah, because I think, oh, well, this is it. But then I realize, oh right, yeah, I just leaned back too far.
Since I don't see your trailer, did you go buy that little tank to put on the back of your flatbed?
Not yet, not yet.
Bought it. He just sold the trailer.
Cabe, that is correct.
What'd
Yeah,
Cade
I'm
say?
keeping the MX. I'm keeping the MX.
100%.
What did Cabe say?
Yeah, what did Cade say?
What did you just say, bro?
Nothing. Nothing.
Do you like tapes, CDs?
Oh god.
Tape this dick to your forehead and CDs nut.
I remember seeing
I'm
that
trying
meme, but that was
to
new.
decide if my loader tractor is overkill or not.
What is it?
It's a 7/16 Fendt.
If it doesn't have
What is a
connect, then
7/16
no.
You don't know what Fendt 7/16 Vario is?
I don't really
Isn't that like
care about any AGCO related
Isn't
things.
like
20
love
or something?
Fendt.
isn't it like 200 horse?
It's a competitor.
It's
competitor
just
to
under
the-
200 horse.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's not
large
bad.
frame 6R competitor.
Just better because it's a Fendt.
Alright, well let's park this thing up. and
That
we're gonna...
sucks.
You ever watch Mike Mitchell?
No.
I've started. I haven't really.
He's a farmer in southern Saskatchewan. He has a huge operation. Like they run in planting season, they literally run 6 big air seeders.
Okay, so
Behind
Did you
multiple
see the
RXs.
video? Or I'm sure you've seen the video
Whatnot.
of his friend tearing apart the combine.
Yes.
That was comical. It was like, Jesus Christ, this is just bad.
Yeah, he has a loader there, and it's a Fendt 700 series.
Don't they also have a big
also have a
articulated
1000.
wheel loader too?
They have a Fendt 1000 as well.
Well,
see, if you're
I've
gonna get
seen the video of that one.
If you're gonna get 1,000, you get that fucking Challenger variant.
Jesse knows what's up.
I have started watching his because him and Brian's farming videos are actually pretty interesting because I've learned a little bit about Challenger and Fendt tractors because we've always ran Deere and International.
I love
so
Fendt so much. It's my favorite by far. Fendt.
Right.
Oh, that explains all the big stuff that they got.
Oh, cat wants out. 1 second.
Which one?
The last one in here, Yothan. The only one that actually behaves.
Yeah, I've had this Fendt on for quite a while, the 700 US series. It was Elite modding Quebec's before he removed all of his links.
Did he remove all of his links, or did Facebook remove them because they were share mods links?
Oh yeah, probably. Before the links all disappeared, that's the one I have.
Mm.
Okay, so I can't even
And
take
I'm
the
also-
weeds out of my field.
I have
You
5
can.
tractors.
It's just going to
I
cost
believe,
you more
yeah.
to spray them than anything else.
Then it's costs them more to
It's just
spray
not-
than I'm gonna make on the field.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
No.
Don't do it.
Tyson's over here with a few tractors. I got 5.
You have
I got
five.
the MX240. I got the.
He has 2 tractors and a glorified lawnmower. That 135 is a glorified lawnmower. That
So
actually
I have
would make
the
me want-
MX240. I have the 7210Ks. I have the 716 Fendt, and a 4240 from the Soundguard series. One that mod.
What Roosters or the other version?
I can't remember.
Has it got the same kind of interior as mine, or is it kind of an older looking model?
Get in yours for a second, so I can see it through the stream. So I'm not sure. The interior looks older in it.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
you
that's
probably got
Roosters.
Roosters.
Where did I perk
I think I got it from. It was. I can't remember the Facebook page. Ross. Photography.
Ross W modding.
You sure
Yeah.
it's not the large frame?
It's quite possible.
Or wait, it might not. I might be mistaken on where I actually got it from. Hold on.
It's most likely Rooster Mods. If it's the
It shows up as the SG series
Oh,
on the mod thing.
that
so-
one. That one. That's 7-Up. 7-Up modding.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I know the one.
And then I also have a 6210.
Oh yeah. Your
And,
utility tractor is worth more than both my tractors.
The 6210 is yours.
I know.
Wait, I'm surprised you haven't sold the 3020 and bought one of your 6010s yet.
How much do they cost?
You see, the
22?
6010, pretty much all that runs is a
No,
rake.
they're 22.
Is a rake, a tedder, maybe here
Oh,
and there.
that's not
and
terribly
a-
expensive.
And it runs the blower. That's pretty much all it does. It's just
Heck,
a small
you could
utility
sell
tractor.
You could sell the skid steer and the 3020 and go buy a loader and that. I don't know if it would work, but
All right, what's
You
everybody's favorite skid steer mod?
Not
I
one
like
that's
that
in
863
farm sim.
Bobcat.
I use machines modding or machines. Yeah,
I like
machines
the
modding.
skid loader that I
My
made.
Bobcat, the Bobcat one.
Is that the 863?
No, the 590.
Oh,
Midnight.
Hmm?
He's asking for a skid loader.
no, I got it. I didn't remember where it was from. I've had it for a while.
I was just gonna ask if you wanted me to send you my edit. And see
If you want to,
liked it.
go for it.
What is it?
It's a
Editor.
I've always wanted to own like a Jeep or something powered by a 4BT, but I feel like they're gutless. And the only advantage is you have is like 30 miles per gallon in the amount of torque.
There is a mod for that 1845 Bobcat now. I gotta see if I can find it again, but
I
I know
usually
there's one
rotate
farm sim
between
now.
the Bobcat 590 and the machine modding's John Deere as well.
See,
Was that the little 90 or whatever?
No, the 33.
Oh, the 332.
Yeah, 332.
That is the cheesiest mod I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, it's a 4B. I didn't even see that there wasn't a T on there.
But I typically run the 590 instead.
So, for all the Cummins guys here, did they ever make a 6B, or is there only the 6BT?
6
I'm looking for a Cummins, to be honest. I'm looking for a Gen 2.
I just meant the engine in general, because like there's a 4-cylinder version called the 4B and the 4BT, and the T obviously means turbo. And
I'm looking for an older Cummins Power Stroke or a Duramax, to be honest. Just
But you just put Cummins and Power Stroke in the same sentence.
He just means diesel trucks in general. There wasn't enough of a
I'm
pause
just looking
there.
for a diesel truck in general, yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't enough of a pause there.
Yeah.
What's a 6BTA? I'm assuming that means it's got an intercooler.
The only problem is finding older ones that don't have injector problems or head gasket problems. That's the only problem, trying to find one.
Yeah, because those get expensive quick.
I'd love to own a diesel, but there's just...
Like, I was looking at the 6.0, but, 6.0s are questionable.
Yeah, I looked at a newer diesel too. Heck, even one that's 7 years older than the one I got now, or the truck I got now. It's another 20,000 more expensive than the gas of the same year, same mileage.
Wait, who's Midnight Bearcat?
What?
Where'd Midnight Frost go?
You said my name.
Oh, I was just wondering.
Oh, I'm the same one that was in chat that
Oh,
made
did you
the
change your
Ontario
name?
joke.
Wait, did you change
What?
your name, or am I just dumb? Never noticed.
No, my name's just different on YouTube as it is.
Oh, I know what happened. The one guy left, and it shifted everything around, and then your thing came into focus.
Oh.
And I'm like, who the hell is this guy?
I was like, what is Tyson on about?
Yeah, see, when Grim left, his thing took up 2 tiles in my Discord screen. So when he left, yours went into focus, and I'm like, who is this guy? Sorry.
Oh yeah, his was up at the top. Grim's was right before he left.
Yeah, and then when it shifted everything over, everyone else's became slightly larger, and then Midnight Bearcat became his was in full focus.
Mm.
So I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Well, I was happy to see the news that you're working on one of my favorite maps that has become broken since it's hit 19.
Autumn Oaks. What was broken about? I had a lot of fun with it.
I've never had I've always had issues with the cows problem. Like, I just can't run. Like, most of the farms, like that small one, you can't run cows on it. They're all static.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're still gonna be static.
Just
they're just gonna be. You're actually gonna be able to run the cows.
Yeah, I know. I just meant like you can't run cows at all in that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, there was a.
But I remember in 17, it was almost fully functional across the entire map.
That was a good map in 17.
Mm-hmm.
And then 19 came around and it was all broken for me.
Yeah, no, it was just a
the
release.
big farmer to dairy farm, the field right there, they made into a freaking pasture.
It's all pasture now. And I don't like that they did that on the conversion, but since the one that I was handed was done like that, it was easier to work off that than to start over. So there's still gonna be massive pastures, but they're gonna be functional at least.
Tell you, one of the best things that ever happened for Farm Sim though is the stuff you did when it comes to all the different being able to run all the different silages and everything with the silos and whatnot.
That was actually
and the
Maize
crops.
Plus, but they didn't care enough to do like vertical silos or anything, so that was what I did.
Yeah,
But
but like
thanks, man.
just the addition into the maps, it's amazing.
The funny story about this is this all started because of disagreement with me and their team. I wanted them to add a because everything they did was universal, right? Like if you load their mod into a map that it works on, it'll do everything automatically, right? I wanted them to add earlage, and they refused. He basically sent me a picture of in Europe they use like a grinder in the front of they put like this hopper in the front of a forage harvester. That's how they grind the corn there. He said, "Is this what you mean?" I'm like, "No." And then I got in an argument, and it ended with me starting on this map.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, I'll just do it myself. And
what's your? Go ahead.
Oh, well, thing is, like the guys that made it, they have what's called the farming agency. I'm sure you've seen their maps floating around. All the big YouTubers talk about them, right? The big thing is, you're not allowed to actually, according to them, you're not supposed to edit a map to work like that, the way the farming agency ones do, without them doing it for you. Like, I'm like, no, I could do this myself. I'm not an incompetent idiot. And it's just like, so I don't know if they banned me from their Discord yet or not, but
Well, the last time I checked, we're not a bunch of pissy Europeans that want things done just our way.
that's exactly it. They want it done their way. They want carrots and onions added. I'm like, I don't need that.
That's not a realistic thing, in America and Canada.
That's exactly that was what the argument was about. Like he wanted all of his stuff added. I'm like, no, I just want alfalfa. I don't want clover. I don't want carrots. I don't want onions.
I mean, a lot of farms around here run clover.
I was about to say, I would put clover in.
Okay, so it's been explained
Clover
to me
has
that
gained popularity,
Clover
but
I can add clover, but the way it was explained to me was that clover is planted where they can't plant, where alfalfa doesn't do so well.
Yeah,
it's also
a lot of the times it's used as a mixture.
Oh, that makes sense. I would have added it if I would have known that it was more common, but I just assumed that it was alfalfa.
Because normally most of the time it's an alfalfa clover mix, I think, or at least
The
some of the
dairy
stuff
down the road here ran straight clover because we can't grow alfalfa here, too wet.
Yeah, because
too wet.
You think of it like this: if you can grow soybeans there, you can grow alfalfa there.
Well, we can't grow soybeans here, but we can grow alfalfa on the other side of the mountain.
Yeah, we don't.
We have to irrigate.
We don't grow much clover here, but we also grow a lot of soybeans and alfalfa. But there are places where they do mixes and stuff like that too. Yeah.
We'll throw.
It always feels weird though whenever. Go ahead.
We'll throw alfalfa in with like orchard grass and a bunch of those other grasses, and they'll chop that up or they'll bale that into silage bales.
Yeah, we normally use it as waterway mix. So then you can still bale something or have some kind of not just straight grass, in ours at least.
It always feels really weird though when it comes to doing dairy farming when I switch to a different map other than Mercer.
Because nothing's the same.
Yeah, the spreadsheet doesn't work anymore.
It doesn't work, and I don't know why.
Like I switched to like Medicine Creek because I love Medicine Creek. It's an amazing map, but then
that is
dairy
a good
farming just throws me off. Same with when I go into Marksville and other MRG maps. Like it's love his maps, but holy, it throws me off switching out of Mercer.
Speaking of Medicine Creek, the best part is that he updated it too.
Yeah,
that has made it a whole lot nicer.
Watson, yeah. I actually edited it myself to make the height types more, just so I can actually run Maze Plus on it. But
and he actually made the dryer work faster, which is nice because otherwise it.
I thought the updated version of the map already had was already Maze Plus compatible.
Yeah, I know. I edited the original version, and then like 2 weeks later, he dropped the update. And I was like, "Oh, you're kidding me."
Okay, so the funny thing was, that's where I started on the. That's where I got Maze Plus gained interest from. It was on Medicine Creek.
Yeah, but then it became compatible, and I'm like, okay, I just did all this for nothing.
Well, not to really piss on your parade, but increasing the height type is like a 10-second job for me now. I've had to do it so many times.
I'm like I wish I could do a lot of this stuff, but holy, I can't figure it out. Like I'd love to get into modding and making my own tractors and equipment and stuff, but I just don't have.
Tyson, do you now have one stuck in your little transfer trailer?
Yeah, because
right
it's
now?
I reached the capacity of the calf pen, which probably means I actually need to start transferring some of the
I
more.
was gonna say, you looked at the calf pen earlier, and I saw like a 500-pound calf, and I was like, "What?"
Was it?
Time to sell them.
Oh, how'd those get in there? Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong one. No 500-pound calves in here yet. What I need to do is move this one, this one, this one, this one, this one.
Some of them getting up there in weight, though.
Yeah, all these ones that are 0.4 years, I'm gonna move them over to the heifer barn. So leave this here. Move that. Yeah, I gotta move that manure pile as well. All right, Logan. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in, man.
But yeah, I know if I was able to do all that, like modding and whatnot myself, if I had the patience to do it, I know one of the first things I would make would be like a 30-foot sunflower field cultivator, like a disc.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Because that's what I really want is because I have a buddy in Eastern Canada that runs one of those on his dairy, 30-foot sunflower behind an 8130.
So
I
like,
love when Canada uses implements made in my state.
yeah, you should get him. You should get him even more pissed off. It's actually a 9-meter disc.
Get out of here. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's literally not.
A 9.1 meter sunflower disc.
It is not made in meters. I promise you. I've actually been to where those are made. Get out of here.
And I know another thing is that, like, a lot of them are private, so I'd want to make one for myself. Is a nice GEA spreader.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd love one of those nice GEA spreaders.
I don't know what.
At Jono. Even though I know it's not Jonas to release, I'll still blame him for it.
It is Jonas.
Also, what I'm really also something that really would be a pick right spreader.
Oh, so funny thing about that is Chevy said he's gonna make one for me because he was going on a manure spreader kick there for a while, and
yeah, I've really been looking for like a pick right box spreader.
That would be pretty awesome. If you watch a lot of 10th generation Journeyman, I can tell you that something else he uses will end up in the game pretty soon.
Oh,
and it
what
will
would
be
that
released. Oh, that's the wrong button.
Well, they don't use their slurry spreader anymore, so it's not that.
Let's just say it was a recent acquisition.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think now.
Wait, I've actually seen this, haven't I?
Is it a large piece of
I've seen this.
Yeah, it's pretty large.
Is it a large piece of okay.
It's pretty large by their standards.
Yeah, you have it.
Sprayer?
Okay, that's what I thought.
No. Did he buy a sprayer?
Yeah.
Oh. I know he had.
Yeah, they got a
one
new
for
spray. Yeah, they got a new sprayer this year.
Okay, not that recent of an acquisition then. Something else.
It was something bought
Kubota spray.
after the Kubota.
Okay.
Between those two objects, which is pretty limits it down to two things.
Obviously, it's the size.
I know it's not the 7000 series or one of the two 7000 series because we already have those pretty much.
Well, you have one that lags.
Yeah.
And one that's not U-dimmed. And one that neither of them are two-wheel drive.
I have QSLs.
Yeah, QSL's the
two-wheel drive
disaster.
one.
Did he do a no? Okay, well.
Yeah,
that's
just two-wheel drive.
It's not U-dimmed.
It's it's.
Oh, let me spoil the surprise for
and
you.
then I have that one that you can switch it between EU and US.
So does that lag for you? Does it lag?
Not really.
Okay.
Kind of.
Okay.
Not overly, but
you can definitely feel it when it's in the game, right?
yeah.
So he released an early.
Oh, you're making a 7020?
Yeah.
Are you making a 7000 series? Oh,
yeah,
right.
this is
I'm so
this is
surprised.
Buddy that did the one that you can switch between EU and US, but it's laggy. At least I found it was. I found that when you spawn it in, when you go near
The thing I like about that one is because where I'm from, my buddy with his dairy farm, they don't run row crop wheels on their smaller tractors.
Most guys don't.
Like a tractor like this, they're not actually Firestones like that. They're actually a wide tire.
You've done with that bidirectional yet?
I haven't touched it in so long. So I found out
they're actually like just as wide as the Nokian tires.
Oh, okay.
But they're like Michelin's or stuff like that.
I won't be adding that, but I will be adding a two-wheel drive swap to this thing. I just gotta find the time. But this is based on the one that the guy originally released. Way back when. I've also learned a lot about wheel options, so like I'm kind of burnt out at getting some of this done, because like this wheel option doesn't actually exist. This would be 36, and you wouldn't have a hub on there. But I'm still.
I know one mod I'm really anticipating is Retro's Bale Buster.
Oh, that thing looks sweet.
Yeah.
Problem is we're getting to the point where modders are going to finish maybe one more mod. Like a lot of modders are going to maybe finish their current project, and then they're going to take a break until
that's the
probably December.
Yeah, I intend to have a lot of fun this summer. Hopefully, I don't know if the government's going to ruin that.
I'm usually one of those people, like I continue to play the previous one after the new one comes out.
I've never done that. So
I switch for like a week, and then I normally end up going back with all the mods and stuff.
Usually what I do is I keep playing the previous one until the modding starts picking up on the new one.
See, as a modder, I feel like it's my responsibility to be the one picking up the modding. So
you see, if I could, I would do it myself, but like
it's just a lot of just gotta sit down and start with the basics.
Yeah, I just don't have a whole lot of time to do it.
Hey, I tried that. Okay.
Yeah, well, you also don't even know how to use a computer, so that's your problem. We're literally telling you what's right in front of you, and you're just sitting there. And things will go at least 10 times faster if you knew what the hell you're doing. With the
This is why I told you. There's no use in me learning that.
Well, someone's gonna have to start converting stuff to help me when we get to the new game.
Oh shit!
All right, you teach me, and I might.
All right.
Do your tutorial, and we'll figure it out.
I'm assuming it's probably easier to convert than it is to make something from scratch.
Oh, yeah, generally yes. Depends on how crazy it was. But yeah, I want to get so basically it's only 18 people watched, so I'm not spilling too many secrets. Gonna two-wheel drive swap this. I was gonna put wheel weight options on it, but I don't have a model of them, and I tried slapping something together, it didn't work, so I'm just gonna do rim guard options instead. And then I realized after that I did, this one is, I think it's this one. Okay, so these waffle rims, as they call them, can only be set on 2 spacings. I thought there's 3, so that has to be adjusted, and then two-wheel drive swap, and this one's done. Then next up would be this right here.
I want this one, if it's what I think it is.
I need to do the 7630 configuration. I'm dropping the two-wheel drive swap from this. This thing is such a disaster.
I never really liked the look of those tractors. They, I don't know.
They look disgusting as hell.
Yeah.
It's
like two-wheel drives on these things look
gross. The 8000 series look good. And the 7000 series, not this one, but the other 7000 series looks good. And like they tried to cross the two of them here, and it just, I don't know, it just doesn't work.
Looks like a goofy fuck.
It's a dairy farming tractor.
That tractor was definitely a window.
Yeah, I have some GEA tankers, but they're the ones that have the folding out distributors. And
oh, that's a Quebec thing.
The one I want is just the single center output.
So yeah, this is like a dairy farming tractor. Like I see lots of these here.
That is what the main farm on Mercer County. They run a two-wheel version of that.
Yeah, I saw that. That's nuts.
It
a lot of two-wheel drives in
ugly.
Mercer County. There's so many two-wheel drives in Mercer County because it's so flat. That's all it comes down to.
It doesn't change the fact that not only is
I
it
know.
ugly, but then the two-wheel, ugh.
So yeah, the 7020 series, I'm actually all the work I'm doing to it is being done live to the members, like the people that join my channel as a member. I'm doing live streams and we're working on that 7020. So I've only done one so far, but that's what the deal with that is. And then I'm trying to, then obviously finish Autumn Oaks, and depending on how much time I have left, I might start more projects. Like I wanted to redo the, that was a really poor downshift there. I want to redo the 7000 7010 series before the next game.
Yes.
I know
Like-
something that I'd really like to see would be so you know how you have the 7020, right?
Yep.
7030, but not that weird looking one.
I know what you mean. The 7030
So the
small
same
frame.
as the 7020, but a 7030 version.
Pretty sure it's just a
Smaller
hood
frame.
swap. It's not even a different cab, I don't think.
They're almost identical.
They are. I'm pretty sure it's just, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's just a hood swap.
Yeah.
So if I want, that was one of the things I was gonna do, and then they announced the game. I'm like, all right, I gotta figure out what I'm doing and get it done, because no one's gonna download stuff that I release after the new game's out.
I will.
Well, you know what I mean, though. Like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah. You get a lot more downloads by releasing the exact same mod on FS22 than you would releasing it on 19.
Exactly, and my first priority is going to be convert everything that I've done. Excluding the maps. The maps are going to be held back by waiting on the second generation of Maze Plus, if they do make one. I hope they do. If they don't, I'm going to have to get a little creative, and people will be limited on what feed mixers they'll be able to use, because gonna go on a 99% chance the Giants are gonna build on what they have and not take features away, so I can essentially get away with everything I've done here as long as I have Global Company. And even without Global Company, there's a way to really half-ass it using biogas placeables, but I don't want to go that route because it's not realistic the way that it functions. And when I do convert maps, I doubt I'll bring Mercer over, because it does have a lot of issues still, like visually and whatnot, that aren't worth fixing in a conversion compared to say like Autumn Oaks. I'd bring Autumn Oaks over before I brought Mercer over. At least that's my opinion. I think Autumn Oaks is a way, at least in terms of looks, it's a way cooler looking map. But Mercer reminds me of Ontario for some reason. I think it's just the flat land of the square fields.
Anybody else see that release from Rompemia where it puts 3 maps together?
Yes.
It's broken as hell.
I could have guessed that.
If you load into the game, you're stuck on the screen. Like, once you press start, the start goes away, but then you're still stuck on that screen, and then you pause.
Oh.
And the pause menu comes up, and then you unpause, and you can't move.
Oh my god. See, Brockema has some pretty cool ideas, but he doesn't like to work with anybody.
So what did they take? They took your map here, like your edit of this
Marksville and Farmersburg.
Marksville, yeah.
Put it on a 4X template, and just dumped it all together. Who's Candace?
Wait, isn't Mercer and
none of them are in the same state.
Farmersburg already 4X themselves?
Nope, none of these are 4X. None of them were.
They're all 1?
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, who's Candace? What?
No
CS said rip Candace.
There's one map from MRG I played a lot that is 4X. Which one? Is it Elkator?
Yeah, Elkator was 4X.
Okay. That was a nice map. Just, I wish it had, like, the Maze Plus compatibility.
It's not hard to add, but it's really hard to explain to somebody who doesn't really, like, have a... Like, it's a lot of... I did all the heavy lifting to get everything the way it is. Like, all of these features you see here are pretty much done on Autumn Oaks. I just need to build the pastures and add the silos and fix the little stuff. Like, all the crops added. All the feeding stuff is added. The milk replacer, all that, it's all functional. But the silos don't work. Half the calf pens aren't done. There's a lot of visual problems that need to be fixed. There's some behind the scenes stuff that needs to be worked on. But aside from that, it's when I when I talk about it, when I'm not working on it, it sounds easy, but it's a lot of time-consuming stuff. But compared to what I had to do for Mercer, where I was literally reinventing the wheel, that's already done. It's literally a copy and paste job to bring everything else over, which is great. I'm looking at. I won't put a release date on it, but I could say I could be testing Autumn Oaks by the end of May. Easily.
Coming to a console near you in 2055.
Oh yeah, I was looking at this map, or not this map, this farm that I'm using, and I was kind of thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, this looks different. What did I change about it? Because I remember I opened it in GE, and I'm trying to remember what it looked like before. You know, across the street, that like covered building that's like a semicircle.
Oh, we call them coveralls here in Ontario, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I removed that and just left it open so I could put the Millennial Farmer cold storage shed there.
Hoop barn?
That's just because there's not a whole lot of storage on this farm, I know.
It's a good idea.
And you know that, so right across from the silos, you know that little barn that has gates, or not gates, fences blocking off every entrance?
So, I don't mean to cut you off here, but I found out from somebody who lives literally down the road from this entire area, that's actually a calf farm. Like they raise calves there, and that's why there's so many of those little barns there. So that farm looks nothing like it does in real life. Those are all full of calf hutches. But
so what I actually did, right, is I took two out of the ones that are closest to the silos. I took those 2 fences out.
Yep.
And I used the global company place anywhere thing, and I put a calf pen inside of that barn.
Oh, that's pretty genius. That's what the guy who lives in the area did too. He did the exact same thing, man. But yeah, this is in real life. None of the that farm and the main farm are the only ones that are actually dairy. I found out. So I'll show you what that other guy did real quick, because
beef is where the money's at.
JMF said the opposite of that earlier when we were talking about beef farming. Hey Justin, how's it going, man? So so you're talking about that one over there, right?
So I actually just threw up farm sim on Discord there.
Oh,
on my farm here. But yeah, I put a calf pen inside of there. So if you're looking at my stream here,
that's a pretty genius idea.
I put it in here.
That looks really good. I should have made that. I should have taken these boards off.
And so the gate that's that you can go in and out of is actually, there's enough room here.
Just enough.
Yeah.
So
you skid steer.
So in real life, this is one of the calf barns, I think the guy said, and so is this. So like, when most people build maps, they don't have custom buildings, so they have to slap stuff together as a representation of what's actually there, and that's what happened there.
Yeah, I'm glad you made the placeable silo. I just wanted one more.
I felt that way for a while. And then I decided I'm going to go extreme and build a bunch of bunkers.
I really should apologize for how long that took me. I was really unmotivated to do those because it was kind of a pain to get them right. But
I know I was going to. So I did earlier today. I had all the cows here, right, in the farm set up.
Yep.
And then I had something that corrupted.
Oh no.
In my save, so I'm starting over again. But I'm just gonna use this thing to just get all the equipment and everything back. And cows.
You got little feed storage bins and everything. You got quite the setup here.
Yeah, so I got the so milk replacer is just right there.
Yep. I'm gonna do something a little cooler with that.
These two for the bean meal. Then just whatever I throw in there, and yeah. But yeah, I'm just using this one.
We're harming cows, so yes.
Just kinda threw my dump trailer in here.
Okay, hey Justin, I already applied you, sorry Justin. Hey, yeah, CS, it's pretty bad in Ontario with those people doing that stuff. Drew, I could do a tutorial on that. Thing is, it depends on the type of building, how you code it. Some maps actually have placeables built into them too. So if the map already has placeables built into it, that's a different subject. But if you want to, say take like a shed, I could make a tutorial on that. But I've got a backlog of tutorials I still need to make. I promised. But now the question is, are they still relevant now that we're getting a new game in 5 months? I don't want to be making tutorials and people discouraged from modding. So like I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of torn on what I want to do here, because for a 10-minute tutorial, it takes me like an hour of just getting it done. So, and that's if I get it right the first time. So I could definitely do a live stream of me doing one. And so yes, it's pronounced Diniz.
Dumbass.
Diniz.
Dumbass.
Okay.
Loving this dump trailer though for just hauling manure out and whatnot. If anybody recognizes where this is from.
That's BSL's.
Yeah.
Did it get leaked with everything else?
I got it from his Discord. I didn't get it leaked.
Okay, I know everything. Just put everything in.
I have all of his stuff the way you're supposed to get it.
Hey, so Bowser, I'm doing pretty good.
I wonder what this farm right here is in real life, then.
Oh, dude,
I would guess this one's actually set up as a dairy too.
Which one? The one that's a dairy, and the main farm's a dairy. The rest of them are beef in real life, or just not functional at all. Like there's the cows.
Well, and then the one that's right north of what your current farm is, like that's just right off the map.
I know something I was hoping for is I was going to use a different farm, and I was hoping that this barn would work.
My driving's bad because I'm focused on the chat and watching what he's doing over in the other screen.
This barn has no function, so I was kind of bummed about that. But
yeah, I could have added function to that, but it's so basic. I just thought, nah, but I should have.
Yeah,
you should have fixed the grass that was.
Because I was thinking about this farm, but yeah.
Tyson.
You know what, Cattle? Why don't you fix it yourself? If you think that you have all this time in the world to go around fixing grass inside of abandoned buildings.
When I
it's not abandoned at the main farm.
When the first thing to think about calves being added, I was looking around and I thought it was going to be like calf barns like this.
Oh no, that would have been
that you run it through. I didn't know it was replaceable.
I can make all this stuff functional. It's just like I have a lack of time, and then I have to deal with people like Cattle Ranch. You know.
I was just kind of looking around, and then I was like, well, you know what? It'd probably be easier if instead of trying to figure it out, I just look at the tutorial.
That definitely makes it easier. Drew, I think that shop might actually be a placeable up there. It's definitely out on a couple other maps. But I could if I find the time when I'm done a lot of other stuff, I could definitely start making some tutorials, or I could just do live stream modding, showing that kind of stuff. Like I know Western Iowa has a shed that he's sending me again that's gonna go on console. Well, it's not a shed; it's like a little cattle pen. That'd be a good way to teach somebody how to take a static object and make it placeable.
I wish I had more smaller seed drills.
Yeah, there isn't a whole lot of options for those.
A lot of the good seed drills are huge for the type of operation I'm trying to run.
There's an 8350 on the mod hub. Problem is, I
use that one a lot.
Yeah, the problem is, buddy scaled that up 20 feet. It's supposed to only be 11.
Yeah, because it's 6 meters across.
Yeah, 20 feet.
Yeah, because I know a guy who actually has one of these. I didn't know where it's near this big. I also have the 1590.
Oh yeah, that's a big 1590, because they make them in 10, 15, and 20 feet, and that's a 20 footer.
Yeah.
change tires and yeah. Exhaust pipes? I don't really mess with exhaust pipes, but that's a very easy thing to do. You're basically changing the visual of it and then making sure that your smoke node thing is in the right spot, and then you're done. That's literally it. The tires I'm definitely gonna do on a stream sometime when I get around. I think next weekend, if my fiance's still working overtime on Saturday, I will likely do a double stream where I do the two-wheel drive swap on the 60/20 series. So you'll learn a lot about tire options that way.
I would say you're
I say we plant our alfalfa with the 30-meter Bogart toolbar.
Oh.
Use the 71 yes, 71 300 air cart with a capacity of 45,000 liters.
Oh god.
I mean, I used that on Camille's maps.
Who is Camille? I've seen him post, and he came out of
County
nowhere.
of 40 Mile and whatnot.
Yeah. Oh, what am I looking?
That's actually a really nice map. I love doing that for.
I like this thing. The New Holland dealer near me has actually got one for sale. I thought about using this if I ever want to go bigger, but I don't.
It just needs a lot of horse.
I also have an edit of the Bogart pack that to the big air cart. It actually adds a Canadian flag to it. So.
Oh, that's sweet.
So you can actually look. Because I know a lot of farmers around here. They actually run a flag on their air cart.
Yeah, those Bogart air carts are they're really common, aren't they, out there?
Yeah.
I've never seen any of their equipment in person except for that little Oh, really? What else do they sell other than those little self-contained units, Jesse? Because I couldn't imagine any of the big stuff being sold here. And, Justin, if you like that shed, you're going to like the rest of the stuff we're putting out. There's going to be a commodity shed, and then the cattle barn as well. It's like a beef cattle setup. So you're basically going to have an entire set of stuff you can spawn that's the same to match and build an entire farm, kind of.
I know one thing that bothers me when I look at it is the Batterstad Seahawk. The giant air cart.
Yeah.
Eh. It seems like it's scaled way too big, and it just, I don't know, it just doesn't look good. It just doesn't look right.
Well, I don't think. Why would Batterstead make something like that? Where are they using those in Europe?
I don't think they do.
Poland, maybe?
I don't think they actually make something like that.
Where?
Same with the smaller tow behind cart. I've never heard of that brand in my life. It's Austrian, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
it looks like a flexi coil.
Yeah, it literally looks like they probably just, or no, wait, they do have the license to flexi coil, don't they? Because they have the field cultivator.
Yeah, they do actually. I forgot we have that massive thing.
That was in 17. That was added with the big bud pack.
Yeah, it was.
And it was really weird because it was like, look at all these 500 horsepower cultivators. Also, we have this one that's twice as big as the other ones that are 500 horsepower. Wait, what?
Look, we give you the 1100 horsepower tractor that no farmer actually really has because it's just a show tractor for the most part.
Well, it's in use now. It's in use now, but there's only one in existence.
There's one ever made, and it's been on 3 farms ever. And that's including the one it's currently on.
They got Welker with the smaller buds.
Yeah, there's a lot of smaller buds.
I saw one this past summer doing some field work down south.
I've never seen a big bud in person.
A big old.
I feel like I've seen one.
I feel like it'd be common here if it was possible to row crop tires on them.
Anybody seen the X9 in person yet?
When they make an X5 or an X6, I'll definitely see one in person.
I've actually been standing on an X9.
Combine?
Yeah, the new John Deere Twin Rotor.
It was still when it was a prototype too. They just had one at the dealership to show.
Was it marked as an S780 at the time? Or 790?
No, it was actually marked as an X9 and had prototype next to it.
Oh.
Is the markings that were on it.
So
A lot of them early on were marked like 780, 790s.
Yeah, the thing is, farming out here, you see the dealerships, they have like 16 S790s just sitting on the lot.
Well, all you
I'm
guys,
not sure I've ever seen a 90.
all you guys
And
own
like
are,
there is
are
literally, like, if you go by the dealership, you'll see like 20 or more RXs, like 9 RXs, 9620s.
that makes sense, Jesse. But like all you guys have out there are articulated tractors, air seeders, and combines, and some tillage tools. Like it's not like you drive by the.
Something I've seen quite a bit out here, and it actually surprised me when I first seen them, was the classic Xerons.
Oh yeah, there's a
lot of guys run green cart with those.
There's a custom guy outside of Stratford that has one.
Yeah, a lot of guys run grain cart with those, and it's not even the American class coloring either. They're white and green.
All class stuff outside. Only the combines are ever painted like that.
Yeah,
And they're not that
a lot
way.
of guys have those
anymore.
too, but
They're back to green and white in the U.S. They
They
did
don't
that for a
even
little bit with the
for the cat colors anymore.
Cat.
Yeah, because they used cat motors for a while, didn't they?
Yeah, it was cat. That's why they were painted that color, is because they had cat power in them.
That makes sense. Did I can't remember. Is it Claus or someone else that uses John Deere engines in their small tractors? I think it's Claus. I think like their little Axion tractors have John Deere PowerTech engines in them. Actually, I want to know.
Little 600s.
Let me Google this.
Talk about the 600s.
I'll have to look. Yeah, is it? Oh, it's the Arion.
Yeah, this. No, it's Arion. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a lot more power than.
Yeah, they use a lot of man motors in most of theirs.
No, they were. Hold on, let me Google this. Again, let's see. Claus, tractor, John Deere.
Because I knew that's what they went to now in their.
Yeah, they did have Claus Axion.
It always bothers me when people call it class.
It's class.
What do you mean? Class is in session.
Like, there's 2 A's. It's not class.
You know, the funny thing is, a lot of the British people will say class. Okay, so some of these had John Deere engines, some of them had other brands. Claus just they just kind of outsource it to whoever is the lowest bidder, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Now they're almost all man though.
All right, we're gonna put these bales in the pen, in the barn here, and then we're gonna call it a night, I think. Oh wait. Yeah, that's exactly it, Jesse.
I think I'm pulling a late night tonight. Finally got a day off tomorrow, so.
Wait, do you work on a farm then?
No. I just have friends who do, so I just kind of go and
Oh
hang
yeah.
out here and there. I grew up around farming, but I've never actually had family on a farm.
Nobody in my family owns a farm anymore.
I just had a lot of people I was close with running farms.
That was kind of my situation too.
I actually personally myself work at McDonald's, so.
Oh.
That sounds thrilling.
That's what John Johnson
I mean,
did. I mean, he worked
the start. The part that makes it a little better is every Tuesday and Saturday I unload the delivery instead of dealing with customers, so that's nice. So I still get some physical labor out of it.
Someone's gotta do it, right?
The Claas Lexions, they're 780 T. 780s run Mercedes-Benz motors.
Like, sometimes I thought, like, I used to think that the kitchens, when they clean those out, were the most disgusting thing ever. No. Their roofs are the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
And
because of the grease off the
Yeah, the
fence.
grease literally came through their vents and stuff and is on their roofs.
Yeah, I believe it.
It is
So-
disgusting.
Giants has the license for Challenger, don't they?
yes,
Yeah, they have Challenger stuff in the game.
it's
So in real life, I've seen the ideal challenge, like a Challenger ideal, but they didn't put it in game.
Somebody made that an option though. Okay, I hate the bale physics. I
It
hope
was
they-
custom modding, wasn't it?
Was it? Yeah, I think it was custom.
Because that was one of
Yeah.
the first mods you dropped for 19 was the ideal
And
US.
it has Massey option. It has pretty much all
It's just
their
Fent Massey.
main ones. Yeah. It
For
has
farm
Fent,
sim
Massey, and Challenger options in real
What's
life.
the
I think it might even have a
difference?
fourth option.
But I've actually seen the Challenger
Just the-
ideal.
just the badge. That's the only difference.
It's the same thing. It's just a
It's like the
logo
difference
on
between
it.
a Peterbilt and a Kenworth on most trucks. It's just the badge and maybe the hood.
Yeah, the body's different, but the drivetrain's the same.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah,
the-
it might look a little different, but nothing about it's different.
in the cab. All they do is change the badging from Kenworth to Peterbilt. There is
It
no
moves
difference.
the same. It has the same controls.
Other than, I think the Kenworths, if you get them in an automatic, I think the Kenworths
It's
are
like
still
well,
down by the
for-
cup holder.
I'm not sure that
And then
110% sure this is still true, but it was true for a long time. Like case of New Holland's, literally was just an outer shell. That's the only difference is an outer shell.
Depends on the model. T8 and Magnum are different, but anything under that, there's a matching model.
Yeah, and the T8s are a little different, and then I think their combines are slightly different now. Like there's like one or two things that has actually changed. I mean, they literally come off the same line in Nebraska, but
Yeah.
like there's one or two parts that are actually different, and they're not identical.
Oh,
CS wants to know what a DFMEP is.
yeah, it's Diniz Farms Map Enhancement Project, and Jesse, I've been meaning to ask, is your farm beef, or is it? What do you guys do, or is it just cash crop? I've never actually asked you.
So that's kind of interesting. That the lowest tier Kloss combine and the highest tier combine are both Mercedes-Benz, but they ran in the mid tier C13 cats.
That's what I thought, Jesse. I figured down your way. It's either cash crop or beef or both.
There's all the
He
thing
just said
about
crop beef.
yeah, the
All
thing about beef and cash cropping is you can be very diversified pretty easily. Whereas like a lot of your time and effort goes into dairy where you can't really be diversified.
Well, there's a lot of
You can if you hire enough. Never mind.
dairy is very diversified here. A
He's-
lot of dairy guys.
He's screaming.
What? Oh boy.
I said you can if you hire enough, and then I remembered you're
yeah,
screaming.
yeah. Get the hell out of here. Like around here, the dairies grow soybeans and whatnot, and they sell them, but it's not
If you
as.
If you hired enough aliens, there you go.
There's not any big dairies around me, so
If I drove 3 hours,
There's
I can get
just
to a dairy
a
that's
few farmers that have been a dairy since the 80s and still trying to make it work.
So do
If
you
I
run
dro-
the?
dro-
I'll have to talk
I
to you
drive-
next time, Jesse, because I do want to cut this off here. But I guess we could chat in the text chat. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next weekend. And we'll most likely be doing a modding stream and then a Mercer stream. And then I'll see you in the chat here, Jesse. I want to ask you one more question. But thanks for tuning in, everybody.